a little walk to the edge of town and go across the track where the viaduct looms like a bird of doom as it shifts and cracks. Where secrets lie in the border fires and the humming wires. Yeah, man, you know you're never coming back. Past the square, past the bridge, past the mills, past the stack. On a gathering storm comes a tall, handsome man in a dusty black coat with a red right hand. Wrap you in his arms, tell you that you've been a good boy. He'll rekindle all the dreams that took you a lifetime to destroy. He'll reach deep into the hole, heal your shrinking soul, but there won't be a single thing that you can do. He's a god, he's a man, he's a ghost, he's a guru. They're whispering his name through this disappearing land, but hidden in his coat is a red right hand. You don't know money, get you some. You don't have no car, get you one. You don't have no self-respect, you feel like an insect. Well, don't you worry, buddy, cause here he comes through the ghettos and the barrio and the barry and the slum. His shadow is cast wherever he stands. Stacks of green paper in his red right hand.
Hello, Tiffany. Tiffany.
Hello.
Is anybody there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Hey, I played that because the finale film is out in about 2 weeks' time, Netflix. The finale of Peaky Blinders is out, so I can't fucking wait. I've started watching it all again to catch back up so that when the finale hits, I remember it all. Have you watched it, Tiffany?
I have watched it. I haven't watched it religiously, but I really got into, gosh, it's been a while since I watched it. It feels like at least a year.
He's so fucking handsome in it. Oh my God, Jesus.
Yeah, he is, to me, is like the perfect man.
Yeah. As opposed to faggots sitting around on the internet fighting with women.
Yes, exactly.
It's fucking nuts, isn't it? So, look, you know, it's the whole thing. I was very quiet and she won't shut up. So I've got a few things that I want to air out. I don't know what, have you seen what she's saying? She's saying things like, you're not going to scare me off the internet. Hello, fatty. Nobody was even taking any notice of you. Nothing. You see, she's got to create fights. My theory of it is she has to create a fight because she's got nothing else to talk about. It's all toxic shit. And then she hopes to drag Frank into it. If you remember, I think when she says things like, I wake up to Agent 19 every day. and he's not Frank Jardim. She wants us to attack him to give him her the excuse to drag his ass back. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. And I think she also doesn't have any other normal things that she can relate with anybody about. So when she meets people, she doesn't have normal hobbies or life that she can get to know somebody with. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she just doesn't have anything to offer. You know,
like you'll do your gardening and you faff about doing these things, like you had the buzz with the crafts. I get it. I just had a buzz of reading. I suddenly decided that I didn't read enough, so I took to reading for a couple of weeks. I'm always at it. I did that diamond art and all. I had a fucking fad for that. Drove myself nutty with it in the end, and that was that. But this is it. You know, when she squawks and screaming, they said, I got no feet. Let's put this into context. Forrest Jameson said that she confided in him that she was diabetic and in danger of losing her feet. And because she never left online, it became a running joke. And let's be real, Glenn found it hilarious. So did I. So did Yaxley. You were the least offender of it. It was us lot. Because she kept screaming, I've got feet. It made it funnier. She kept the joke
I'm now of the belief. I'm now fully of the belief that she doesn't have any feet. That's serious. That woman has no feet, and it explains a lot, you know. So
Glenn was sometimes very insightful. I found him, and he thought of angles that I never thought of. And the one angle he did come up that I think he may have been right. I thought it at the time, but I was like 50-50. I'm leaning more towards Glenn being right. Glenn's theory of it was, if she kept arguing and saying, they said, I've got no feet, they said, I fucked a banana, she's controlling that narrative because neither of those things can be proven, but it keeps us not talking about Chang. It keeps us not talking about all the groups she's broken and all the shit she's done, because it becomes a shit show of, I've got no feet. Glenn was convinced that that was a tactic.
Yeah, I think so, because it takes away, you know, it's easily.
Yes, it minimizes it, doesn't it? It makes it almost pathetic.
Hold on 1 second. I'm getting a call. Keep talking.
Yeah, feel free. Yeah, I think it's actually a tactic, because the truth of it was, hi Lisa, I miss Mo to you, and my Hooded Claw was about. The rest are just lurkers and peepers, I'm thinking. But that's okay. You can lurk and you can peep. I don't mind. That's what it's here for. I definitely think that by focusing on that, she makes it all ridiculous. It's like accusing us almost of being flat earthers. Hi, Ladybird. It's almost like accusing us of being flat earthers. We're dismissed before we start because it sounds ridiculous. The fact of it was her friend who said she had confided in him that she had diabetes and she was numbing her feet and in danger of losing them. And then we decided that might be the reason why the fat cunt was never offline. And then, of course, we found it was because she, you know, been eating herself silly and she couldn't get off the sofa. You know, it was probably hard work. You know, I bought a sofa a couple of years ago. I'll be glad to see the back of it, but it's still in pristine condition right now because I've kept it covered with throws and whatnot, and the dog got a blanket double folded that he can sit on there. But it's so laid back that you're like a fucking turtle on your back trying to get out of the shell, and I'm not heavily overweight. So I can only imagine what it was like, because I can spend 3 or 4 minutes trying to get off the fucking sofa because you collide so deep and fall and back that there's a moment where you're fucking neither up nor down. It's fucking terrible.
Are you talking about if she When she's on her back doing what?
No, I'm saying that it must have been very difficult for her to get out of the chair and that, because I've bought a sofa and it's very deep and very low. And if you go right in and lay on it, it's got a shade lounge piece. There's a moment as you try to get up, because my abs are not what they used to be. I'm like a turtle on a shell. There's a moment when I'm rocking and shouting, "Help me get off this fucking sofa." It literally.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, I have a sofa like that too. It's down feathers, and it's only like 1.5 feet off the ground. And it's super deep in its sections, and you can move them around.
You try getting out the fucking thing. It's like doing a workout.
Yeah, if there was ever a fire and I was laying on that thing, I'd be screwed, because it takes me a good 5 minutes to get off of it. Could you imagine her?
Yeah, that's why I was saying. And you know, if you get out of a car on a hill, that can be quite a strain. You imagine being a 500-pound wildebeest in that situation. You know, let's be real. Kids must have been dressing her. Someone must have been doing her shoes up and things.
Well, I don't think she went many places, honestly, because I don't remember her ever going anywhere. And whose car was she going to fit in, you know?
Well, she'd have to take out the front seats and sit in the back seat to drive.
Well, yeah, they would need a van or something. Oh, I don't think she could drive. How does she push the pedals with no feet?
Exactly. Unless it's one of them modified ones.
Oh, like where she does it with her hand? I don't know, man. All I know is that poor, you know, I can't help but feel a bit bad for her, because
I started like that though, Tiffany. When I first saw her image, I couldn't speak. I had no words. I had to say, "Hang on a minute, let me digest this." And it was Joel Trollope, aka Glenn FEVBC, who found the rehab picture and gave it to me and said, "This is for you. Do what you like with it for all she's done to you and your family." I've shown that live. I can open it live right now.
Yeah. Well, he dropped it to Glenn in a comment in his sock account.
Yeah. Well, Glenn was convinced it was Trollope. And do you know what I'm starting to wonder? And I know it sounds mad shit. I've been looking into Joel a lot more than I had previously, because I don't spy on my friends. If I'm friends with someone, I'm not going to go and spreadsheet them and look into them, because why would I? Face value. Well, since what I now have learned, I've learned a whole lot more. And one of the things I've learned that I'm actually shocked, I'm going to say, is Sebastian ain't as stupid as people think.
No, he's not.
No, he fucking isn't.
He just has his delivery is stupid. Like the way he relays messages is
and he says silly things. He says stupid things that he thinks make him sound cool. Yeah, now, I've always refused since 2011 to ever watch anything that he's on. I can't listen to him. Yeah, but I listened to a video the other day, a live stream of him, Frank, and Katie. I used a couple of the clips, and they were doxing Joel, and he did it better than anybody. Showed the links. Yeah, here he is. He forgot himself here on his alien empires, and he used pink writing, and he called Tiffany this. He had the whole thing nailed down. And I got to say, I would take a bit more notice of him if he stopped acting like a wizard and shit, because I was taken aback. He was good. Yeah.
Well, he and I are the ones that figured that out one day, because he
fucking good.
Yeah, because I said, I got to show you something I noticed, and I showed him, and he had noticed it too. He just didn't say anything to me, and he had even more examples that I can't find.
That's what I've seen. I've got the whole stream. I'll share it with you.
Oh, good.
You know, when you look at what we've got, it's mind blowing. When you add Sebastian into it, it's even more. Oh fuck.
I've been looking for that.
Sebastian picked up shit that we never picked up on. Hi, Carrie Ann. We will be doing that Charlie Kirk stream, won't we, Tiffany? But we really need to get this off our chests right now.
Okay.
These people want us to do Charlie, did you not watch that video where he was fighting to get out the fucking van, Tiffany? It was crackers.
Yeah. I've been doing some research, some deep research into things. So I like to be very prepared when I discuss things like that. And I've been looking into stuff, and it's a rabbit hole and a half, man. Let me tell you. Holy smokes. I've been looking for that stuff Sebastian had, Tracy, now for probably 4 years. I had no idea.
If you just said, I just said, oh yeah, I got him on a stream. But do you know what put me off listening to it before? He's using that cat avatar.
Oh gosh, he's talking like that cat with the high voice.
But you get past the cat with the high voice and listen to what he says. Look at what he shows.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I think maybe Chinada sometimes watches. I don't know, Chinada. I feel that people never just leave this place, even if you don't have a presence. We're always interested. Chinada, I swear on my kids' lives, on all my family's life, I had no idea he had doxed you. I had no idea he was China the postman. I didn't know he was anything to do with the harassment of your father. I had no clue. And had I have had a clue, my relationship with him would have stopped there, right there. I had no idea.
Yeah.
When you were moderating my chat next to him, I wasn't playing you. I didn't know.
Yeah, he definitely has duality going on, and even more than duality. I mean, with his personas. He's a very, very sick individual. That's all I know. Easiest way to sum him up. Very mentally disturbed, that one.
What I'm finding puzzling is Katie's got her, she's doing this. Have you seen her short? Somebody sent me the short earlier. I couldn't speak for a little while. It's superimposed her head on somebody's body, and she's marching around with a baseball bat as if she would ever go real life. Listen, bitch, you're in the same country as people you claim tried to sell your kid on Craigslist. I'm talking about Pamela Cook. Braden fucking Landon, people you say have put your kids on bestiality porn. Montagraph, you ain't that woman, because if you were, you're in the same country. There's nothing to fucking stop you. There ain't a transatlantic ocean in your way. So you can make those silly videos all you like. You're a silly fat woman who's probably still not far off what you were. Somebody also
starting to look like Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Oh, fucking hell, man. What the hell? And she said in her live stream that she started insulting your physical appearance.
Mine?
Yes. She said, you're starting to look ugly, Tiffany. You're balding. You look 10 years older than me, and I'm 10 years older than you. Ha ha. That's what she says, okay?
Yeah.
She's fucking nuts, man. Now, the fact of it is everybody, if you take a video, let's say of, who's beautiful? Sharon Stone, shall we say, because she's beautiful, isn't she?
Yeah.
If you slow it down and pause it, you can pause her with an ugly face looking rotten. That is a fact.
Yes.
Anybody can look rotten. So just because there's an image, we've all got a photo that we say, get that fucking down.
I'm not very photogenic, honestly. Like, I'm definitely not I'm not the most photogenic person, but I'm not bad looking. Like, I'm not a supermodel. I'm 45 years old, but for my age, I don't look with my age at all. And the thing is,
and you're not carrying an ounce of fucking fat.
No, I'm in good shape. I'm in really good shape. I'm the same size I was in
45 is generally when the weight starts to slide in slowly. So yeah, you're pretty good, because usually you'd have the flabbiest, the biggest stomach by now, because there's, just before you go through the menopause, shit starts happening. Now, that's just not to one old, that's to everybody, unless you're Peter Pan, and then it's not going to happen to you.
Yeah, no, but it's genetics. My mom's thin, my dad's thin, my grandmother's, well, she's dying, but she's always been thin. You know,
yeah, but like, you're always about the place, isn't you? You're jumping in the car, or you're flicking about in the garden, or
always, all day long. I'm always moving. I'm never sitting down.
Nervous energy, you see, you burn off an awful lot of calories.
No, you know what? It's not nervous energy. It's just if I become immobile, I get depressed. Does it make sense? Like if I stop doing things, like if I stop moving and stop, because there's always things to do. If I lay around, which I do sometimes, if I don't feel good or whatever, I start feeling depressed. So it's like, I don't like feeling that way. So I keep busy. I might as well do stuff while I can do it. You know what I mean? It's like, nobody should be sitting here all day.
Did you read what Lisa Lake just said, the last comment?
No, I've been kind of back and forth with my laptop. Let me see. Lisa said, thing in the way, bestiality was legal in Kentucky until 2019.
Are you joking, Lisa, or is this a fucking fact?
What?
Jesus Lord. Well, she wouldn't say it for... What the fuck? Well, that might explain a bit more, see.
I have to imagine she's probably pretty lonely. Considering
how she came up with the bestiality fucking tale, because no one else would think of it, would they? They put my
I would never want to even think about my kids in something like that. That might even cross my mind.
Conjured me up.
Yeah.
I got a feeling Lisa's telling the truth.
Well, I mean, I do know she dated that one guy. He was a sports anchor for a news station in Kentucky. He did, or weather, sports or weather, one of the two. And he had this fetish about pretending that he was a little tiny man being enveloped inside a gigantic, little tiny man-sized vagine. So he had these fantasies, and he was real. This was a real person she met online that she was involved with. I used to know his name. I can't remember now. So he had a fantasy with her. He called her his sloth. That was his nickname for her. He called her Sloth, which is so endearing. And he and her had this fantasy going that he was tiny, like Lego-sized man. This is where she probably came up with the Lego thing. And that she was giant. I mean, I don't know if you ever saw her, but she was this gigantic, monstrous lady where he could just stroll on into her vagine. Yeah. That's what got him off. And she told me about this. I said, well, I mean, I'm like... I didn't really know what to say about that. I'm like, that's kind of weird, Katie, you know? And she was like, yeah, I know, but he's really nice and everything. Outside of that, he's normal. I said, yeah, but that's really, so, okay. So my point is, we know she's open to different situations. Yeah.
Well, I suppose when if you look, when you're open to, when you look as she did, because even as if you look at the mugshot, which was her in her prime, in her 20s, she's a greasy-headed, she's dead-eyed. She looks like something that's just been brought back from the fucking dead, man.
Yeah. She looks like a junkie. She looks like somebody you'd find in the streets of Kensington, honestly. I mean, that picture is really, she looks like Sean Penn.
She's a fucking... Listen, I understand what's happened with her. I get the psychology. She was a big, fat, lard-ass, greasy bitch for many a year, because that didn't come overnight. You didn't get to that size overnight. So I think what's happened now is, because she's lost a little bit of weight, take note. And because now there's the TikTok filters where you can smooth your skin, tuck your chin in, I think that she is obsessed with looking at her own reflection, because it's such a change to what she's used to seeing back at her. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I don't know.
Absolutely. She's fallen in love with a version of her that just doesn't exist, and she can't stop looking at it because she's never looked that pretty before.
Yeah. And the fact that it's filters, so I'm going to take this off a little bit on a tangent, Tiffany, so you're going to have to sit and take the ride. It's only 2 minutes.
That's fine. I'll mute.
I wouldn't normally do this, but I am going to do it in this instance. I don't like this kind of thing. I try to be nice to people on their merits, like, and I've had some ugly boyfriends, and do you know what? The ugly boyfriends, they've been great fun. You know, I've had more fun with an uglier boyfriend. I've been out with some handsome ones. They ain't fucking fun. But,
I've had ugly boyfriends, and they are these ones definitely were not fun. Not because they were ugly, because they just weren't fun. I've had good looking boyfriends who are a lot of fun and really good looking, but they wound up not being fun either, but I like funny people more than I like attractive people. If that makes
funny
sense.
is more important to me. Laughing is one of the most important things in a relationship. If you can laugh together, you can get through quite a lot.
Yes. In fact, I don't even care what somebody looks like. If they're funny to me, that's attractive. No sense of humor, somebody who can't laugh at themselves or things like that, not witty, like intelligently witty, No, I can't do it. It's just not my personality. It just doesn't work with that. But
I've never actually danced on a dance floor. And I'm 61. I'll be 62 soon, but I've never danced because I have a very strong sense of the ridiculous. And I see it as a ridiculous thing to do. I go to raves. I used to, I don't now. I've been to raves and been mashed out of my skull, gurning, chewing my mouth off. And you might get me moving my head, but there is no way I am throwing shapes and giving it large. It's just not my thing because I have this strong sense of the ridiculous. Now, right, let me play this clip and it'll tell you what I'm going into. So here's the clip.
He latched on to me for, because she's a fucking weirdo. She gets very jealous of other women online, so Tracy latched on to me for, because she's a fucking weirdo. She gets very jealous of other women online. So Tracy latched on to me for, because she's a fucking weirdo. She gets very jealous of other women on.
So now we're going to talk about common sense and reality. Up until Joel Bavacqua busted Katie out as a 500-pound wildebeest in 2023, none of us had a clue what Katie looked like. The only photograph of her was a mugshot with greasy hair. She's in her 20s. She's got deep sunken eyes. She looks like the wrath of God. She is the most unhealthy 20-year-old I've ever seen. Her hair looks like it haven't been combed for a month. Now, in your 20s, you're fucking buzzing, okay? You're at your best, yeah? Life is fucking wonderful. Your hair's like a fine fucking mane. You know what I'm on about, don't you, Tiffany? That period of time where you've blossomed out, you're a woman. She was shocking looking. Now, I would like to pull that mugshot up, but I haven't got it to hand. I should have thought of that, just to show you what I mean. Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. So I'm going to keep going on the talk, and then we're going to really share some shit. So Katie would have you believe that but she's also said the same with Tiffany, that we targeted her because we were jealous of her. So bear in mind these facts. None of us knew what Katie looked like, so we can't have been jealous of her looks, because all the time Katie was abusing other women about the looks, the only known images of her that were around was, 1, the greasy mugshot. Number 2, you could see she's about 30 and she's fat. You can see in her shoulders and her fucking face. It's almost orangutan. You know, orangutans got them big round faces. You can tell she's already
Yes.
starting. Yes, she's already starting to stack it on there. So we weren't jealous of her looks because when I came around, I'm not saying Tiffany isn't a good looking woman now. I haven't seen her for a long time. But when I first came around, Tiffany was in the top 10 of females that were around that community on looks, figure, clothes, the whole package. So Tiffany was highly unlikely to be jealous of an image of any of those two images. Okay, so what else could we have been jealous about? Was it the holidays she was posting? No, she never left the internet. Katie was known as somebody who would scream horrific abuse. There she is. Can you large that up a bit? This is Katie in her prime. This is her mugshot. There's the greasy hair. That is in her 20s. That's as great as it's going to get. Now, I'm not saying she's a total monster. I'm saying she's nothing special.
She looks like I don't know, man. That's just
Sean fucking Penn. Now you can see.
I mean, Tracy, do you see it? For sure.
Yes,
Sean Penn looks like Sean Penn with bangs.
Look how dark and sunken the eyes are. Now, the greasy face. It's just so I can assure you. So now I'm going to sound like a cocksucker here, but I don't care. So Katie says that me and Tiffany targeted her because we were jealous. Okay? So, and the thing that she says to Tiffany in the clip that I clipped that just there, but in that little montage there, she goes on to say how much better looking than Tiffany she is and how Tiffany's jealous of her, yada, yada, yada. So now, oh, dear God.
Buffoon says she looks like a modern day Lizzie Borden.
So, I like to be fair. Now, I'm happy. As you know, I have been a bit ill, and I'm not going to lie. My hair, I look like Katie. Well, I don't look like Katie because I will never look like Katie. But I'm not looking fucking good, and I'm not even going to fucking pretend I ain't. I looking rough as shit. So, hi, she does look like a modern day Lizzie Borden. Hello, Mighty Buffoon. So now we're going to share this. I don't like doing this, but I think that, we got to keep this real. So Tiffany says me and Tiffany were jealous of her. Katie says me and Katie were jealous of her. There was nothing to be jealous of. These are the images of me at the time that Katie targets me. I'm 54 in that image right there. So is it more likely, because we know that Katie at this exact same period of time, well, actually, a few years younger than me, we know she was £500. So that's how I'm going to tell you that is projection. When you hear Katie say, oh, they targeted me because they were jealous, there was nothing for us to be jealous of. We were never seeing anything to be jealous of, but there was images of both me and Tiffany. So when she says they were jealous, look, Katie, you are doing well. You're a lot better looking than you are. I said that this was going to be brutal, and I'm going to do you a favor. You're an ugly fucking cunt. Even if you weren't fat, there's something hard and greasy and grubby about you. There's something horrible about your face. Your character shows in your face, if you like. Your character goes along with your face, Katie. I'm just trying to keep this real, mate. I'm being honest with you. So why would Tiffany have been jealous of you? Now, Tiffany, when I came along, was one of the best looking women around on the platform. Not with filters. There weren't filters then. It was impossible to be filtering your face because there wasn't that technology. The technology didn't exist. You're fucking ugly, Katie. You've put these pictures up where you think you look attractive and you're not. And now, look, you want to be playing.
Unfortunate, but that's not everything. The only reason we bring this up is because she focuses on this constantly. She is constantly.
I'm going to go it. Yeah, we're going to go through it all. People are going to understand why this is happening. Kate, this is how Katie wants to fucking play. This is the fucking game she plays. She's fucking insane. Now, her camera has come on. Well, her camera has come on a couple of times, hasn't it? On by accident, and the filter haven't stuck. Sarah's live stream, yeah? Can you remember that? The Sarah live stream?
She turned it on Agents one night when she was really upset about something she claimed. I think it was right after. She turned it on Agents one night with no lighting going on or makeup or anything. I mean, it was bad. I mean, look, I could turn my camera on right now, and I'm not looking like I just, I have no makeup on.
No, I look awful. I got black eyes from I was up for a week on the steroids. It was fucking terrible.
Yeah, I'm bloated.
It's been brutal. I'm not bloated, but I'm not fucking fit for fucking. I will be in a couple of days. I haven't hardly been going out of fuck all, and when I do so, look, Katie, you don't matter how much you filter the pictures, okay? That's what you look like, Katie. Everybody saw it. That is from the Sarah live stream. That's only a month ago, Katie. You're not fooling anybody, Katie. You can come out here and have these unrealistic beauty contests. Listen, me and you at the same age, no contest. That's a fact. That's not me being big-headed. That's me telling you a truth. That is a fact. It's not something I want to do, and because I'd be having these pissing contests. Fact of it is you say we were jealous of you. But there was nothing for us to be jealous of because you were hiding. And the two images that were around of you, let me assure you, one thing, yeah, man.
At least she was happy in that picture.
Yes, well, she was, because people was saying, you look beautiful, Katie, and she was fucking lapping it up. These people are then enabling. As I said, I have a strong sense of the ridiculous. I will not use filters. Now, yeah, you are then if we want to play silly fucking games. This is about 2 years old, so might be 3-year-old, this photo. I'm going to show you how ridiculous I see your filters. I don't want to show myself in a way. Yeah, we like a bit of moody lighting. Of course we do. We're females. It's like putting makeup on. We want the moody lighting and we want the best light that makes us look the best. But you still got to resemble who you really are. Right. Altering yourself from a 20-stone-faced woman to an 8-stone-faced woman is not realistic. So this is me about 3 years ago, I think. It's 3 winters ago. On the left, I have no filters. I am 58 years of age. Now, if I started playing your silly games, look at me on the right. Look at that smooth, ridiculous skin. Look at my perfect complexion. But the fact is, I don't look like the person on the right. I look like...
Yeah, but even on the right, you still look, it's like
me. But they don't look nothing like each other. They're doing such work on it that it's become ridiculous. Now, it's okay we can all do that silly thing, except for I would be embarrassed. I would be embarrassed in case one of my children or one of my exes or somebody knew me in real life come across it and said, have you seen that loony? She's fucking taken all the wrinkles off her face, the crazy bitch. Tightened up her chin and shit. You're ridiculous. That don't just go for Katie. It goes for a lot of people who do that, but Katie in particular, because Katie is the one who wants to have a pissing contest. You hid away, Katie, calling and abusing other women names horrifically for over a decade. Over a decade. You haunted Tiffany because she was too skinny as method. She's a fucking praying mantis. She's a fucking boy because you were fucking jealous. I know if Tiffany at that period of time had walked in a pub, she'd have been fucking getting a few people wanting to buy her a drink. These images that you're putting out are nothing like. If you're going to alter the image, Katie, at least keep it real for the love of fucking Jesus. You're fucking pathetic. Anybody can do what you're doing. Tiffany can go now, sign into TikTok, use a load of effects, take a screenshot, post the picture. But I would imagine she'd be too embarrassed to.
I did TikTok. I battled once as a chicken nugget playing the trombone, but no, I would not. It is embarrassing. I mean, it's like,
there's another one. I'm 58, Katie. Don't be telling me about looking young. I just don't feel I need to come out here and peacock. That's a fact. That is an unfiltered photo on the left. It's not taken by me within a pub toilet. Somebody has taken the photo. I have no say over what photo they're taking. That is a photo that they were, what's the end of them numbers on that thing? That's the photo. But on the 26. right, on the right, at 26 is the last numbers. I got you. If you look on the right, I've smoothed my skin out. There is no wrinkle. You can see I've used the same tools that Katie's using. I've tightened my chin, except for because I'm not as slack as Katie and I haven't got a big round face, it hasn't given me the marionette chin because it's a realistic edit that I've done. I haven't edited it beyond realistic. I've just nipped it a little. I've filtered my colour a little. I've put a bit more colour on my cheeks. I think that the one on the left is just as all right. I'm 58. So you can peacock around all you like, Katie. You are ugly and you have always been ugly. And the reason you're ugly is God marked you or whatever, karma, Mother Nature, I don't effing fucking know. You have been marked out because your character is coming through your face. Your face is the face that somebody as evil, fat and horrible as you would have. I'm sorry, Tiffany, I know that you're probably thinking, oh, fuck, man, I'm not up for this, but she's taking the fucking piss. She's leading these people to believe, these fucking fruitcakes over in Kramer, that people are jealous of her. Nobody is jealous of her. There was never anything to be jealous of. I can assure you, I have no reason to be jealous of Katie. And I'm pretty sure that Tiffany has no reason to be jealous of Katie. So what you have to ask yourself is, why does Katie keep saying this? Well, it's projection. It's like, why was she calling me a fat cunt? There's another one, Katie. 50-4. The first photo is unedited. You can see I got my mouth nasal lines. You can see there's a couple of creases in my cheek. You can see my eyes are wrinkled where they should be because I'm that age. So on the right, I just tightened the chin a little bit, Katie. It's still the same person. People would still think, oh, that's Tracy. My chin doesn't look like a marionette because I'm not doing a drastic change like you are. That's how I know you're a big fat cunt, Katie. Chins don't look like yours, Katie.
I don't think anybody actually believes we're jealous of her, Tracy. You know, but what bothers me is the fact that she gets away with these lies about us doing shit for her family.
And that's why I'm out here going to bounce her on her fucking lies. Why would I be jealous of you, Katie? Now we're going to see some imagery of you in the last couple of months, because I'm going to take the wind out your sails, Katie. You don't matter how much bullshit. I enjoy pissing on your parade. One of my favourite activities, and I'm not ashamed to say it, Katie, is bouncing your lies around when you come out with nonsense, because when you lie ad hoc, you're not very good at it, Katie. And, oh, Lordy, you're not good at it at all. And I enjoy it because you've been such a cunt. I do it for all the people that you've been a savage fat cunt to, which we're going to revisit now in a minute. Here's our last shares from me on this matter. I just want to piss on your parade, Katie. I want you to know that I know how you look. I know you're struggling to get off that sofa. I know it. This was the first camera slip. This was a Frank Jardim live stream. Okay. That's the real you, Katie. That's how you look. This is how you look when you smile, Katie. That you can do all the fancy paintings and the TikTok filters and the butterflies. That's you, Katie. You're not kidding anyone. Why the fuck would I be jealous of anything to do with you? You barely leave your fucking house, man. It's fucking shocking. This is how you really look, Katie. So when you say I'm 50 and I look better than you, Tiffany, no marionette chin there, because she's having to slim down her face. That's why it ends up with that like ball of fat on her chin. This is you, Katie. And I have to say, for 50, you don't want to be telling Tiffany about going bald, mate. That fucking head is going a little bit back there.
Dark.
Hang on, I'm going to see you now. I'll get that off. Hang on, I'll wait for shit to get you better. Hello, Tiffany. Oh my God, Tiffany. Ooh la la.
I need a bat.
Yeah. Tiffany, Tiffany, you are looking fucking fabulous. Body-wise, you're boom on. What was that, Katie? What was that, Katie? Go on, Katie. Tell us all about it. Look at her arms then. Normal-sized arms. No, I'm not going to do that because I'm sat here with a scarf on and a balaclava and I'm not lying.
Oh, you know what? I put the wrong camera on. I have my better camera attached. I'll do it.
Oh, go on. There we go. So, Katie, when you can do what Tiffany's just done, and if you can show me any photo that you claim that me or Tiffany ever saw on the internet that made us target you for 10 years because we were so jealous of you, I can show lots of images of me that caused you to target me. The fact of it is you're a fucking fat, ugly cunt. You're still a fat, ugly cunt. Nobody's jealous of you, Katie. Frank is fucking ashamed of you, mate. Seriously. He can't tell you he's a hostage. Look what's happened to anybody that's ever told you, to fuck off. Let's look at all the people who've tried to leave you. Forrest, Harry, me, Tiffany, anybody that walks away from you, you target them. Frank didn't leave you. I can't see you. Hello? I can see Teddy. Hello? You're still here?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Tiff does look amazing, and that's
Yeah,
the
it's
end
sad
of
because
the
Frank
story.
had to.
She looks fabulous, and Tiffany could come on here every day, and she could just point her camera at her chest and her body, and she could do what Laura used to do, which was go round cleaning her house, and she's going to look great. And but she doesn't do it because she's not in this pissing contest. I'm only in a pissing contest now because she wanted a pissing contest. Have your pissing contest. There it is. There's your pissing contest.
Yeah.
You'll never look better than Tiffany. It don't matter what the fuck happens. It wouldn't matter right now if she shaved her fucking head. She's still going to look better than you.
And Katie, that's not an accomplishment. That's not a really hard thing to do. I hate to say it to you, lady. I mean, you have created a storm that you didn't need to create for yourself. Okay. You've got plenty of other problems. The way you look is the least of them. But this is what you want to focus on. You want to go around and tell people. You want to go around and tell people that you look 10 years younger than me, but you do not. You absolutely do not. You look your age at least. You're still overweight. You have no feet. You go around and pretend you look like a person who you don't, and that person changes by the month.
You project your bullshit onto us.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to say I have no, they just, Katie, I don't care what you say about how I look because I know what I look like. I don't care what anybody says about how I look. I know if I ran into any of you on the street, okay, nobody would be making fun of my anything. Nothing. I'm not worried about that.
If you went in a pub, guaranteed you're gonna be hit on. End of. That's not boasting. That's a fact. It's reality. Can you say the same kind of Katie?
She can't even leave her house, man. Like, it's just sad.
Katie, pictures weren't as good at camera quality. This is 9 years ago, this picture, so I would have been the age that you are now. Where was I jealous of you? What would I have been jealous of? So you're just projecting, you're just exposing yourself. For us to have been jealous of you, there'd have had to be something that you were showing that we didn't have ourselves or that we wanted, okay? I had a fucking fabulous figure, end of. That's a silk dress, I think it's about 150 quid's worth of dress, that. My daughter has it now and she wears it. She looks even fucking better. There is nothing that you had that I didn't have, but better. Do you understand, Katie? You're not pretty. What's happened? You're actually ugly. Your features are ugly. You have no nice feature. You're hideous. Now, you can if you want to have a pissing competition with a 61-year-old woman, that's nice, and I'm happy to. Both of us come up, no fucking filters. Because if it's even in filtering, if I filter a 60-year-old picture of myself, I'm going to look better than you. So when you're squawking how Tiffany's jealous of you and how you look better than her, no, you don't. The issue was never that anybody was jealous of you, Katie. The issue was your conduct. The issue has always been your conduct, not just to me or Tiffany, but to many, many people. Katie, you say my name used to be UK Troll. That name was given to me by the Americans, and I love that name because I am UK Troll. But not all trolls are bad. I just like trolling trolls like you, and I'm good at it. You fat cunt. I'm good at shredding people. I'm good at getting them to do silly things and to expose themselves. I'm just good at it. That's it. I wouldn't do it to anyone who didn't step up. And even some people who step up to me, like Wyoming, I'll give a little bit of banter and totally ignore them because they're beneath me. It'd be like arguing with Amber Linkhouse, for the love of fuck. You're pathetic. The reason people hate you, Katie, in these parts is because what you've done. You say my name, UK Troll. Tiffany, you weren't expecting this. Can you name some of Katie's channels? I'm Your Dead Baby.
Yeah, I'm Your
I'm Your Troll.
She had
Your Demise, My Entertainment. Carmageddon.
Yes. Okay, wait, hang on. There was Dirk Ferguson. Dirk Ferguson. There's Tiss Trues. There's what else does she have? She had so many of them. I'm Your Torment. I'm Your Karma. I'm Your Annihilation. I'm Your Dead Baby.
So let's just pick 3 of them. I'm Your Dead Baby. Your Demise, My Entertainment. Give me another one, Tiff. We got 2. I'm Your Dead Baby. Your Demise, My Entertainment. I'm Your Demise. Do you think that's not worse than UK Troll? Do you not think that's more offensive than UK Troll, which was a name that was given to me? People started to refer to me as that UK Troll. And I just ran with it. I made a channel, UK Troll. Braden, the Boohoo Effect, called me UK. Some people called me UKT. That's what I was known at. I got no problem with that. You had a channel called I'm Your Dead Baby. What did that mean, Katie? Who were you targeting with a channel called I'm Your Dead Baby? Did somebody have a dead baby, Katie? Because that's what it sounds like to me.
It was a channel her and Forrest made about, it was about me for some reason. They said that I don't know, it had to do with Cash at the time. Everybody was trolling me with him.
The fucking Jesus, though. What kind of shit is that?
Yeah, it was gross.
You know, when you're telling people, these idiot people who don't know any better, or perhaps they do, I don't know, you're the most filthy thing. You are a piece of shit. The only people who are supporting you are misfits who themselves are similar pieces of shit. I walked away from you. You wanted to be my friend, Katie. And when I said I'm walking away, I'm leaving, you said, I will break friends with Trollop and it can be me and you. And I said, no, stay with Trollop. I'm off. And I left. Everybody leaves you, Katie. Even Frank has. You couldn't even wheel him out for a live. You need him for that live because he covers for your bullshit. When you're embarrassing yourself, he interrupts you. You doing that live was just unfiltered, unreined. Katie, pure Katie, I'll fight you all. I'm still on my feet. You ain't changed nothing. You're a big, fat cunt. You wouldn't be doing nothing. That's a fact. You can barely get out the chair. I remember Frank about a stream about a month ago. I've got the clip saying, stand up, Katie, show me you got feet. You said, no, I'm sitting. What would have been so hard for you to just stand up? You said, no, I'm sitting, as if he'd asked you to climb Mount Everest. You lunatic.
I know, right?
Fucking hell, he only asked you to stand up. You're fucking disgusting.
I know, right? He acts like he asked her to. So you know how everybody does all that claiming about the dying veteran and everything else and yada yada yada. Well, that was Katie. That was Katie. And here's a post Katie made to his grieving widow at the time, denying that he wasn't a disabled veteran. She says, if Pam Cook's husband was 100% disabled, as she claims, why was he working as a college professor until retirement? He may have been a retired veteran, but he obviously wasn't receiving VA benefits for any disability, which is exactly why you needed to take down her GoFundMe. If he was considered 100% disabled by the VA, which by the way is difficult to get, how would she know this? he would have been allowed to work and receive benefits. Otherwise, Pam wouldn't have been e-begging on GoFundMe for money and claiming they were $30K in debt because of his medical bills. Don't challenge. Well, here's the mistake Katie made, is she did challenge that. And Katie's response to Pam and challenging her on this was Katie having her GoFundMe removed for the money she was trying to raise, not just for medical bills, but
the audio of her stopping him getting the GoFundMe. And by the time it was reinstated, he was dead. So we never got to feel that one last sunset. Tiffany never did that. That was you,
no,
Katie.
Once
Tiffany knew once Tiffany knew he was actually dying, I've seen the screenshots, and they matched the ones that Harry was giving me. You may have removed your conversations, but people were still saying, and Katie, you were in there.
No, she created it. She created it. I found all of the history of that today. Here's another comment she made to Pam. Pam, your rage sustains me, Pam. You killed your husband. He drank to escape you. You gave him no peace. You were selfish and only thought of yourself. He tried in vain to get you offline. So after he passed, she changed her whole story about the thing. And then started accusing her of killing her husband before he passed.
Like she accused Natasha of killing her son and of buying the drugs.
Yes.
She accused her of Munchausen by proxy.
Yep. And so Katie came to me, and mind you, I had just met these people and told me this husband and wife were terrorizing and stalking her family, and they threatened to kill her.
Kids on bestiality.
Yeah. All the things. Harassed her 100% disabled veteran sister. She told me all the things. I even pushed back. And I told her at the time, I said, listen, you guys were once friends. Maybe you should put all this aside and be supportive of her right now. This is what I said. You know what happened? You know what they all did to me, Tracy? They all turned on me. Suddenly I was sus. And they all jumped.
I've seen it.
Yeah, they all jumped down their throat.
That's the first thing you ever shared with me in Google. That was the first conversation we ever had. I said, what the fuck are you thinking you're doing? And you said, listen, this is the story and here are the screenshots. Can you not remember? It's the first time we ever spoke.
I didn't remember that, but I'm glad you have a good memory because I know I've shown these things to you before, but I didn't remember I showed you everything back then.
You and Forrest were at a peaceful thing. Forrest said, listen, she ain't bad, fucking leave her be. You're all in the same community. I then said to you, the fuck do you think you are? I don't like you because you did this. And you reached out and you said, listen, here's the conversations. And that's how I got to work out the pieces. Yeah,
I do remember that now, actually. And that is truly what happened.
That's why I never keep saying Tiffany and him, because I know that you tried to walk away. I know exactly how it went down.
Listen, and I made a couple memes, and that was it. And they kept this going for a long time. And I disengaged from it, and I reached out to Pam and apologized. And they didn't find out about that for a long time, that I had done that I reached out to Pam. But the things they were doing, it was gross. It was truly gross. This man was dying. And I mean, Katie had, convinced, these other people had been around for a long time. I don't know why they didn't know better. It was mean. It was just cruel. And the funny thing is about this now, she goes around and says, this was all me, that I was the doer of all these things. Hey, Rachel. And, that's fine. She can say that, but I do have all the proof of this, Katie. It's just, do I have the time to go through it all and present it? Maybe I do some days.
Here's the thing, though. She can lie to these strange people online who can't change anything. None of them are going to come and boot my door in and grab me by the throat. That ain't going to happen. So it's totally pointless. Your karma is your karma, Katie. You cannot trick karma. You might be able to trick Scaddy and Jessica and Robbie and whoever else. You cannot trick karma. Karma keeps a score, and it will always make sure that things are evened out. Look at you having a stroke, Katie, or you say stroke. I still don't believe it was a stroke. I believe that she harmed herself because of Frank. Look, there we go. These are the images that Katie wants you to believe that we looked at one day, because these are the only images that were around it for Katie at that point, and that we were smitten with jealousy. And we've spent the last decade so jealous of this image that you're seeing now. Listen, there are far more beautiful women on YouTube that if I had that character, if I was going to be jealous of anyone, I've said it before, I'm not jealous of the looks, Tiffany. It's, you know, I'm happy being a short-assed little Welsh woman. I'm comfortable in my skin. I am jealous she got a pool. I am jealous she haven't got a fucking inflate a kid's pool and fill it up with water. I'm jealous of that.
Tracy, did you look at who's on this picture? Funny story. I accidentally sent this to Katie one time. I don't know how I did it, but I did. And I was like, and then I realized I did. She actually we actually got a pretty good laugh about it. But I mean, she looked like Sean Penn when she was younger, which isn't a bad thing. Sean Penn's a handsome man.
But what I'm saying is she wants people to believe that two women from two different sides of the world source a picture of her and we became obsessed and jealous for over a decade. That's the reason I'm showing you the pictures, to show you, look, this is how I looked at that period at the time, the same age that Katie is now. And these are the only images that we could have seen of her. I didn't need to be jealous of her. I think she's a fucking ugly bitch. I think she has the face that perfectly fits her character. I'm sorry, I do. That's just one of those things. I believe we do get the face that we deserve.
Yeah. I mean, it's just she's just there's never been a woman that I've met that I've been jealous of like that. That's just that emotion doesn't exist in me.
No. Well, not jealous. I would say though, if I would say there's somebody on YouTube that got something that I haven't got, I would like, is your pool. That's it.
I see some of these I see some of these creators sometimes, and you know, these lady influencers, and they have lots of Botox, and I think to myself, I would love to have that much Botox done in my face right now. I could probably go do it, but this is part of that conversation I was telling you about, Tracy, where I was trying to talk her out of this. Wait, there's one before this. I hope I don't go to something weird. Okay, no. Okay, so it says, I'm going to try and get a restraining order, but there are no guarantees they will grant it. I've been afraid for years that she was going to harm my kids. Pam Cook threatened to murder my children several times. So that is her trying to convince me, because what I'd been saying is, why don't you just maybe show her some compassion right now, right?
And her response is, fuck compassion. This is what she's done to me.
Yeah, she's threatened to murder my children. Now, knowing Pam, you know, Pam was a little bit on the crazy side, but she never threatened to murder anybody's children.
No.
I mean, she's absolutely ridiculous, man.
Sometimes it's embarrassing as you look back that you actually fell for it. Oh, but that's only because we now know Katie. At the time, it all sounded very plausible.
Yeah, I didn't know her at all. I took her for face value, you know, and she started trolling me before we even met, you know, before we even started speaking. I mean, the things, I'm looking through all the stuff I have on her right now, the way the memes she made in my body and everything. And I never had to go at her, Tracy, at the time. I never took a pop shot at her or anything. She just decided one day that,
oh yeah, because I've shared her memes when I was being a cunt with you. The memes I shared all came from Katie. I've been a cunt to you. I was going, the initial being a cunt to you was because of the Doug Cook thing. That was so I had a dislike you from the start. Once you then said, hey, listen, here's the conversations, this is what, and I could see that although Katie had deleted her conversation, people were still saying, Katie and me and Katie, and they were referencing her, so I knew she was in that conversation.
Yeah, well, I don't even have that stuff that I showed you anymore, but I found her side of the conversation now is what I've been showing, is I found her side of it. And you can see her here. Here's another one. She says she's accused me of being so many accounts online for an excuse to harass me when I wasn't online for 3 years. How many times have we heard that? I'm going to give her everything back and then some. Fuck that lousy.
The second known image of Katie. She's 30. She's clipped it because the original image, you could see she had big honey monster shoulders on her. She's a fucking big old gal. There she was. Listen, there's nothing. Look how miserable she is. Look at the dark, sunken eyes.
Yeah.
I can assure you, I ain't been jealous of you, you fat cunt. I travel the world. There's nothing for you have that I want. The only person who got something is her and her pool.
Yeah. And the thing is that, you know, she never leaves her house. She hasn't been out of the state since she moved back from Michigan, living with Phil. I mean, she's just, her life is flaccid and empty, and it consists of it being inside her house and doing this all day, every day. This is all she's done for decades now, years and years. And that's fine. That's her choice. I've stopped giving a shit about it. The problem is that what she does on the low, what she does behind the scenes, because she's too big of a chicken shit to come out and do what we're doing. She won't go live and show receipts. She won't go live and show all the things that she farms off to people. But she hands over these big packets of information to people that include things that are illegal in them.
Tiffany, I meant to talk to you about that. I see this. I looked into your stream a little. I was busy. I was listening to you. And so I couldn't even chat. I had wet hands. I had left the washing up the night before. You were talking about Jessica had said that you played a clip of Jessica saying they've been sharing fucking images. What the fuck? And Katie in fucking Wyoming.
Yep.
What a weird pair of cunts.
Yep. And they've been denying that like crazy. They've just been denied. Yeah, hilarious. And she admitted to it. And, you know, and when I heard her say that, because I was restreaming her, I was like, you know, this is it. I am so sick and tired of her doing this shit to me. There's no reason for her to be doing this crap.
I did something else to share. Yes, here we go. I got it.
Yes.
Oh Lord. When I played that the other day, I laughed. I called my daughter. I said, quick, get in here. We laughed. Oh, my God, Jesus.
Yeah,
so, I'll let you introduce this.
Yeah, this is Katie's boothing. Now, just to give an insight to her psychopathy that she has going on here, Katie is such on a, for people, I guess nobody in here knows Jess K except Rachel. She is a Jess K level liar, right? And this is her guy, right? This is the guy she's been claiming is her guy for years now, right? Look at this thing.
Now, picture he's been with her supposedly for 4 years. And 3 years ago, she was busted at £500. Now, imagine that skinny little fella there. And the
pepperoni nipples.
I hope Buffoon is still secretly watching, because he'll enjoy this as much as I did.
Do you remember our discussion about how he was squeezing his own balls with his legs right here? See how closely his legs are tightly together like this? Men can't typically sit in this fashion because of nuts, but he enjoys that sort of thing.
He's squashing all of his junk in there. There's the cock, the balls, and he's squeezing it. Yes.
Yeah. That's a real weirdo.
Yeah.
So
Swindler just made a good point there. Swindle Scott. Look at her photo there versus her cam slips.
Yeah. I mean, look, she doesn't look anything like this person here.
Nothing.
No, not even close. You know, and that's fine. But the problem is she puts it off like she does. It's just the overall.
And you want to tell these people I'm jealous of you? I'm going to show you why I've never had anything to be jealous of you. The two known photos that were of you, your mugshot and the other one, There was nothing to be jealous of. You're a nasty, ugly-looking, horrible human being.
So the only thing I need to say before I hit play on this is the other day, Katie made a statement during her live stream where she said that she wakes up every single morning next to Agent 19, this big hunk right here. And that made me reflect back on some things I've heard in the past. And this is just a little compilation of them. So should I hit play, Tracy?
I'm fucking ready and waiting.
I'll turn the volume up. Okay, here we go.
Volume.
You like it? You know you want it. You know you want it.
I do. I do.
I'm not talking to you.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm talking to them. Them. Those people over there.
What a stud.
Over there.
Let me see.
Toward the chat and the right. Come on. Y'all know you want it. Yeah. All right, guys. I asked the question already. Yeah.
You're definitely not Frank Jardim. I'm definitely not using filters. I've lost weight. Sucks to be you, Tracy. Just saying.
I'm not using
I have feet too. I have feet too, and I'm not in a wheelchair. Just saying.
Now this right here, this image right here is interesting because this is all Katie's faces throughout the years.
So the first one we find, there's her as a young girl in the grey. Look, point your pointer at that. Yes, like come on. There was never any reason to be jealous of you, Katie, on any of your decades of your life. You are what you are, mate.
I mean, this is like, who are all these people? You know, like this is Katie.
But if you look at number 1, number 3, and number 5 are cam slips. Like, look at number 5. Her nose looks like she could dig for termites. Please stop. She could dig for termites. As we're in this fucking land where we're all speaking our minds. At least my mind is sane. There's another cam slip. Middle first picture. That was from the Jessica K fucking stream. That was only a couple of months ago. Look who she's purporting she looks like. Look at this fucking fat fucking monster, the third from the bottom end. Please, stop it. The fuck?
This one's my favorite right here. This one. She looks like somebody just stuck something in her bum.
Yeah, love it. Do you know, I have a few favourites. And I can't tell you, I know it's sick. But because she's been so hateful, and I think of Natasha, you know, when she posted the fucking video of the dead people on the fucking mortuary slab with syringes still in their arms. Natasha's son had died of a drug overdose. He was 18.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Fucking horrible bitch. Go on, hit play. That's fucking funny. Hello,
yeah. So that's my personal favorite right there. Just so everybody knows, that's my favorite version of Katie. I don't know what happened here. She made her eyes way too wide on the. She took her face and she stretched it this way instead of that way.
It's shocking.
She looks like a Mongol. It's just so bad. Okay, I'm gonna.
I'm not using filters because I'm too fucking lazy to use a filter. Well, that
you don't have to. You're like you look awesome.
And I don't need one. So.
I don't need one either. I'm 50 years old and I don't even look like I'm in my 30s. I don't have any lines or wrinkles on my face.
Even if you didn't, who the fuck would care, right?
Exactly, but that matters to Tracy and Tiffany. That matters to them. They want to be in a beauty pageant with everybody online. You guys, I think,
which was exactly our point. In saying any of this is because that statement right there. That's why.
Yeah. Do you remember the dancing teeth, Tiffany?
The who?
The dancing teeth.
Yes. Yes.
Where she's photoshopped those dancing teeth into her head, and they were dancing in her mouth. Do you remember?
Yes. They were like doing like a side to side kind of a thing.
You don't.
Yeah, it was weird. Well, I mean, she has had some of the worst photoshops I've ever seen in those videos. I mean, she looked like she was CGI, her whole body and face and everything. But
I think they're more beautiful than everybody else. It's weird.
Yeah. Shout
Sad of me.
That shit ain't natural. That shit ain't normal. That shit ain't right.
You know what though? You want to go? You want?
And look better than you. I'm a fucking man. All right. I could put on a fucking crop top and a pair of nice little booty shorts, and I'd look better than you. Crazy.
Yeah. I'm just.
now, Tracy.
Stop it. Please make it stop.
I'm just saying. Yeah.
As looking at me than they would at you. I know this for a fact because even dudes that are supposedly straight, I've noticed that like when I'm out running sometimes without a shirt on, I'm catching dudes fucking turning and looking at me.
They're laughing at you, Frank. You can get looked at for a lot of reasons.
I see what's up. Yeah, you closeted. I get it.
Foot fetish or something? Why are you asking for pictures of my feet?
Now, this is a stream that she just did about a week and a half ago. Okay. Very important what she says in this stream.
My fucking God. What the fuck is wrong with you? Oh, you're a deviant. You're a fucking deviant.
She's not really laughing, you know?
No, I know.
What? Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, she was going around saying all kinds of stuff about tacos, about, my relationship with Agent 19. And, oh, yeah. And she's calling my friend Trollop a guy named Joel. That's a female. I talk to her every day. It's a female. It's an old school trolls, haters, and naysayers person. And I've known them for a long time. And now I knew who they are as Trollop. But anyway, Trollop is a woman, Tiffany. You and Tracy look like fucking dumbasses. And Agent 19 is not Frank Jardim. You just doxed the wrong person. He's not Frank Jardim. Believe me, I know. I see him every day. Wake up next to him every day.
Okay.
I bet he's embarrassed of that revelation, but go on.
I haven't seen him around in ages, and this is probably why. Now, I understand what she's implying here. She wakes up next to him every day.
Yeah, she's implying that they're shacked up together.
Yeah.
So did he murder his wife or did he divorce his wife? Because he was married when they first met each
here's
other.
my confusion. The rest of this video is simply going to be explaining my confusion about that one statement she made about
I wake
10
up
days
to
ago.
him every day, yes.
I wake up next to him every day. I want her to explain this based on everything we're going to hear from this.
Swindle. Oh, that's funny. Swindle Squad asked, does he know he's sneaking into his house and sleeping?
Well, I wonder, unless he's blind, I don't know how he would not know, because she's not exactly one to slip by somebody going unnoticed. You know what I'm saying?
Right, she's a birther. Yeah. She's like a Russian shopper.
Okay, so Katie, I need you to explain everything that Agent 19 is about to say from this point on in this video. I want you to explain that to me in relation to you waking up next to him every day. To explain how these things too can exist, okay?
Wake up next to him every day. Wake up next to him every day. And what?
And what? Exactly. And
what? I was fat. I had a stroke. I was fat. So what's your point?
yeah, and exactly. And it's like me. Like, you're fucking queer. And I'm queer. And you can't have me, James. And you can't have me, Glenn. Why are you so worried about it? Why are you so worried about it being queer? Why? Because I got
going on and on because
I got the balls to come out and say it, and they don't.
Okay, the day they were live today. They had Max Warren up there, and they had this cat person up there, and James D. and Glenn was on there, the panel too. And he was going on about you being gay. He says, Katie was going around saying that, okay, what happened was I was in James D's chat one time, and it says, you just want to suck Agent 19's dick. He says, yeah, I have, and it's a nice dick. That's what I said. Oh my God, I'm going around saying that you and I are like, yeah. No, I said one time, I told you about that.
And they were triggered. Why? Why were they triggered?
Well, because James D., I don't know, it's weird.
Exactly. And this is the question you have to ask yourself. Why are they triggered by you saying that? Why would they get angry? Let's say, for example, if I were to come out and say, yeah, Katie has engaged in the act of oral sex with me, right? Why would that be an issue?
Exactly. Well, it's not anybody's business anyway. I mean, I want to know, James D., what's it a problem for you?
Yeah, that's the thing. And it's like, they can't answer the question. They cannot answer the question of why. And here's the thing too, right? You got Leaky over here saying the recording of this will be epic. Okay, so you're going to grab the audio and you're going to change it to where something or other, and I say that, Katie went out. Okay, and who else cares other than you? That's the question too.
Mr. Leaky has something to say in the chat.
Hold on. Who else cares other than these losers on YouTube who are obsessed with just like attacking and trying to bully each other? And nobody wants to back down because it's just a glowing box, right? So you're just going to sit here like take back and forth each other and make fun of each other. Say, you're fucking this. Oh, you're a faggot. You're this. Like, okay, and what else is occurring here?
Exactly. I don't Mr. Leaky has something to say in the chat, by the way.
Well, yeah. Well, he said that, what's this? Agent 19 likes but segs. Are you? I don't know what that fucking means.
I guess you like butt sex, he says.
I don't care what he say.
Yeah. What did I lie about? What did I lie about?
I see him every day. Wake up next to him every day.
Destroy yourselves. So does Monty like agents? Okay. How did I destroy myself? I'm sorry. What does this matter to anyone other than you or me or anyone else? Does this really matter? Dealt with.
I mean, we were on your live stream about 4 or 5 months ago, and James C. joined the panel and started asking us about our personal lives, what we did together. And I said, I didn't want to talk about it.
It's because James D wants to live vicariously through other people because he's not getting any fucking action himself. That's why he's jerking off.
I never say anything.
Katie, it's odd to me. I mean, I sure as fuck would. I'm telling you right now, if I had a fucking hot ass fucking guy sitting over here on my fucking couch, I would be live right now. I'd goddamn TU that shit. I would be on fucking YouTube. That'd be the last thing on my goddamn mind. And it's going to be the last thing on my mind tonight. Because, yeah, I'm getting together tonight. I want all the fucking people in here having an issue with being gay. I want you to think about this in your mind. I want you to think about Agent 19, right? On a fucking massage table getting rubbed down in fucking coconut oil.
Oh, I don't want to. Well, that, thank you very much, Frank.
Now, I'm going to pause here briefly because we all need a break after hearing how gay Agent 19 is and how much he loves the cock.
Yeah.
But I just want to point something out here that's important in all this, as goofy and silly as this is. Here's the important part of this. If this person, these two people will lie, okay? They will lie about being in a relationship. They will lie about their sexuality. They will lie about all of these things to cover each other, for each other. They did for years. Now all of a sudden he's the biggest flame raging homo that's ever existed. Agent 19 is. He's all.
And she actually was trying to hook him up with Robbie. I actually watched her in chat saying, "You must meet my friend Agent. He's wonderful. You'd get while selling." You know what the fuck's that about?
Yeah, who has stage 3 syphilis. That's a really great friend you are, Katie. But I mean, that's just it. But then yet in the same breath, she will say she wakes up next to him every day. This is a psychopathy of this person. This is how mentally ill and what a humongous delusional liar she is. If she will lie about her supposed best friend in this manner and allude that they've been in this relationship when it turns out he's strictly dickly this whole time.
Yeah.
I mean, she has no limits and no bounds.
Yeah.
She's going into live streams telling people that she's giving him head, and then they're having to explain it at a later date because now it's coming out that he's gay.
There was a period of time when he was introducing him as my guy. My guy.
Yeah, she was.
And we've got audio, thanks to her best friend Penny, where she says that he's not being very nice to her, but she says when he's drunk, he basically gets amorous, but he's got to be drunk. That's a fact. I can play the fucking video.
Yeah, it's either one of two things, Katie. You've known he was gay this whole time and you've just both been lying because you found love with him, or he's not gay and he's lying to you to try and get rid of you because he hasn't figured out another way to do that yet. The 5-pound bags of gummy worms didn't quite work.
Oh yeah,
One of the two.
Every day.
definitely.
Wake up next to him every day.
What do you think about that in your mind?
Oh God.
What do you think about it? Think about how good he's going to feel. How good is age 19 going to feel while that's happening? While you guys are fucking online here, bitching and pissing and moaning about all this other bullshit. I'm going to be experiencing multiple fucking orgasms. So think about that for a second. Ask yourself why you're not.
What?
No, guys? Ask yourself why you're not. Because I'm having a time of my fucking life. And it's going to be the fucking God. Yeah. Okay?
I hope you're listening to this buffoon.
I'm having a time of my fucking life.
I'm gonna be tagging buffoon with fucking timestamps.
I'm gonna knock that back a couple seconds because I want you to hear this. He says he's gonna be having the time of his life. Did he say he's gonna be having it with Katie? No.
No, multiple orgasms for fucking love of God. They're thinking
Laid sprawled out in his naked body, all oiled up in coconut oil, looking like a shiny, long, skinny man with a little tiny boner, and some dude's gonna.
You know who he reminds me of when he's naked? Not naked, when he's got his bare chest. You know the candlestick on Beauty and the Beast?
He reminds me of one of those hairless cats.
The Sphinx.
Yeah, the Sphinx. Okay, so everybody listen. Agent's going to be having the time of his life. Listen.
Because I'm having a time of my fucking life. And it's going to be with a fucking God. Yeah. Okay? Because I'm having a time of my fucking life. And it's going to be with a fucking God. Yeah. I'll be like, I'll scream about it. Like, oh my God, he's coming with a man. Yeah.
Ouch. Katie, you're not plumbed right for this guy. You don't have the right pieces in the right places, lady.
She wakes up to him every day.
Well, where has he been? Is he tied up somewhere? Like, is he okay? We need proof of life, Agent 19.
I think Swindlin might be right. I think she might have snuck into the bedroom. And you're right. We want proof of life. Where is Frank?
Yeah, because I'll tell you, the last we heard from him was around this time, and he was talking about being greased up by some hunky man and having multiple orgasms and doing all kinds of unspeakable things. Now Katie's out here proclaiming he's waking up to her every morning. I want to know how this is possible because I feel that he might be kidnapped.
She could be she could be sat on him. She could be using him as a sofa. He could be, like you have them gimps and they crawl around your house cleaning on a chain. Perhaps she got him like that. Who knows?
Yeah. Nobody's heard from him in months. Not a peep.
Yeah, it's worrying.
Okay.
Yes, he is. And he's going to be fucking enjoying life a fucking hell of a lot more than you fucking losers are. While you guys are all fucking laying around miserable fucking bitching about other people on fucking YouTube. I'll be having a time of my fucking life.
Time of his life.
Yeah.
I want you guys to think these are people who would never meet me in life. We will never see each other. Why are they so worried about what I'm doing? Why are they so worried about whether or not I'm queer? What do they think? I'm going to sneak up behind them in an alley and pull the stiff one eye on them? Guys, we're thousands of miles apart. We'll never meet.
Jesus Lord, he's like a rapist. He should be in the Epstein files with this kind of shit.
He sneaks up on people in alleyways and pulls the stiff one eye on them.
Oh, fuck me. No,
Tracy,
I'm ripping this video immediately after this stream.
Do you remember the picture that was circulating of him years ago where he's standing at a pool table and his penis is hanging out?
Yes.
Or at a desk?
Up on the desk, yeah.
Yeah.
Sabers took that. Catherine, Sabers, whatever the fuck it is.
That was him.
Yeah. Oh, of course it was him. You could tell it was the tie, the jacket, and the fucking pants. Oh, yeah, no, he's a pervert.
That was his stiff one eye in that picture, too. Little did we know. That was his favorite weapon.
So in your opinion, Tiffany, knowing all that we know, and we know a lot more than other people, Do you
Yeah.
think there has been any intimacy between this pair of clowns? Do you think
No.
that? No, me. I don't. I think he said, "Listen, I'm gay," and that this conversation. Yeah.
Yeah, I think she might have tried to put the moves on him finally after
Yeah.
all this time. And I
Yeah.
think he had to, you know, his only escape from that was to suddenly become one of the queer eyes for the straight guy, you know?
Well, if you
Yeah.
look, her and Forrest were only friends, and when Forrest said, "Look, I really like Tiffany, and just to let you know, I'm talking to Tiffany," she had that on Sunday meltdown, and that was the moment. She was all over you like a bad smell. So she is a hard one to shake off. I only said, "Listen, I'm off. I'm going to TikTok." And I'm a female. So you imagine Frank's position. You know, Forrest, look how long it took him to get away.
Oh, it took him
Forrest
ages.
only got away when Frank came along.
Yeah. Well, I
Frank
mean,
is Joel. Joel is now the new Frank.
well, and she terrorized Forrest's real life. Let's be real here. She contacted his real life relationships. I mean, the things she did to him in real life, it was horrendous.
And Frank knows it. Frank knows if he said, "Listen, I'm not interested," that she would share with Trollope who he was, pictures and anything she's got. And he knows he's been recorded at the beginning. He must know.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
must can't not imagine that she didn't.
He's not that ignorant. I mean, he's paranoid to begin with. You know, he's a paranoid
Yeah.
person just in general. Okay, let me hit play on this.
So again, why is me being gay such a threat to you? It's not. Your own unwillingness to accept your own sexuality and your own insecurity with your own sexuality is your enemy, not me. The sooner you fuckers understand that, the better for you. Doesn't matter for me.
Exactly.
It's neutral for me. What you do is on you. What I do is on me.
She's very quiet.
If you have an
isn't
issue with me being queer, then you need to ask yourself why.
I see him every day. Wake up next to him every day.
And the fact that I
No, they're going around saying, never mind.
what are they saying? What? Not that I care. Go ahead.
They're just going around saying that they're bringing it up because they're saying that I said something in James D's live stream saying that I said that, you know, oh, you said they said I was sucking your dick, and I was like, oh, it's a nice dick, and they think that's their get go to go on off on me now because you said you're gay.
Well, we went through that. Yeah, you mentioned that before, and we.
Shut it.
Side of me.
She's mentally deranged. She is mentally fucking deranged. Tiffany, can you go back to that video and scrape it into the time of where you had all the pictures up? You know, where you had the montage? Can you go back to that?
Yeah. Let me see.
It was about a quarter of a way through.
Yeah, I got it. Okay. Hold on. I've got it right here. Okay. Yep, I got it. Let's see. Share screen.
It'll pop up
There
now,
you
yeah.
go.
Should be coming
There you
on
go.
now. Right. Hang on, I gotta get my eye. It's added, isn't it? Here it comes. Right.
Yep.
Where is it? Now take note of the first picture on the left. That is actually a picture she took of herself. Yeah, she's done the smoothing tool and she's tucked the chin in, but look at the nose. Okay. Now, this is what I see. So remember that first picture imprinted in your fucking heads. Here we come. That's what I see. That to me is a spitting image of that fucking picture. As soon as I saw it, I didn't think, oh, I'm jealous. I'm going to have a fight with Katie. I thought, fucking hell, that reminds me of the fucking dwarf on Don't Look Now. For the record, guys, if you haven't watched this film, it's the 1980s. It frightened the fucking life out of me. And even now, if I was on my own in the house, I couldn't watch that film. It is fucking hair-raising. But that's who she reminded me of. As soon as Tiffany, as soon as I saw that picture, I thought, oh, fuck.
That's exactly what she looks like. I mean, she's just...
Yours, there it is. Look, tell me if you didn't put a red hood on her, she couldn't have played the dwarf in Don't Look Now. So don't be thinking I've ever looked at you, Katie, and thought, oh, I must fucking argue with this bitch for a couple of weeks or a couple of months. Nobody ever looked at you and thought, I'm jealous. I'm sorry it didn't happen. No matter what you think.
And Katie, unfortunately, you forced us to have to hyper focus on.
Oh no, I decided that I was going to hurt her feelings, that I was going to be brutal. I wasn't going to no holds barred. I'm done. There's nothing wrong with her. She's telling everyone there's nothing wrong with her. She's posting videos of herself, or so she says, marching around with a bat, giving the illusion that she wants to go hardcore. Let's go hardcore. We can't get our hands on each other. So it's a battle of mouths. It's us, but we have to keep it real. What's making it so much worse, what I'm saying is, because it's the fucking truth.
Yep.
It's the truth.
Yep. And unfortunately for you, Katie, without us having to, nobody would be mentioning you. Oh, where was that? That must be Greece.
Well, the point is, why would I be jealous of anything to do with Katie? She's never showed me anything that I would think, oh, I am that woman. There are a lot of very pretty women on here.
Tons.
But I never have had a reason to. I look good for my age. I know I do. I know I've still got a good body. I know it's all right.
Yep.
It's not super smooth because it's real. I do spend a lot of money on my face. I could next year go for a full facelift if I wanted to. I'm not allowed to right now because you got to be 10-year cancer-free before anyone will operate on you for cosmetics. Did you know that, Tiffany? You have to be 10 years, yes. Well, next year is my 10 years, so I could have a full facelift. All I do is have microneedling and collagen. And
you really don't. I don't feel like you need a facelift, Tracy, honestly. But I mean,
yeah, but even if I wanted to, it wouldn't be a major thing. Katie would have to have skin removed and all kinds. The fact of it is if a woman in her 50s loses weight, one of the first places it goes is the face, because the muscles, it's not, you get jowls. Now, what's happening with Katie is, in her true image, the image that actually is Katie, what's happening is she wants to point down the chin, but it's not a miracle thing. It's only a TikTok filter, buddy. It can't do miracles. So you get that really weird looking chin buzz going on with her. Mm-hmm. That's the fact. I'm out here being horrible like that because she wants to accuse me of ridiculous things. I have an issue with Katie because one of the first times I ever come across her, there was a woman called Terry Hughes, and Terry was a nurse, and Terry joined their group, the Smileys, and they'd go on Skype and she'd say, I'm smoking a spliff, and they'd talk. Her son was found dead with a needle still in his fucking arm, and he was 18 years of age, and it fucking ruined her mind, as you can imagine, all right? Now, she was an SRN, which is the equivalent in my country. Do you have that? Which means she's a senior nurse. She's not just a fucking nurse. She's a
Yes.
senior nurse. She's running a ward. She's in charge of other nurses.
Yes, my grandma was that.
She asked people to donate, and she wanted everybody to buy one brick so that she could build a memorial wall to her son. I cannot think of his name. I have every screenshot. I have videos. If I start posting them on this stream, I'm going to get fucking struck. And if she is, she definitely hit me. Now, Katie turned against her because she was actually with Phil before Katie was. Katie's father of her poor disabled little boy, who she loves so much, that screams on the end of all these live streams. This woman was with Katie's husband. Katie have set her sights on Phil. She set her sights. Now she got to get rid of Natasha. So she encourages Natasha in a phone call, which Natasha doesn't know is recorded. And she tells Natasha that Gamma's been shit-talking her. Of course, Natasha, stupid, starts shit-talking Gam. Katie goes to Gam and says, don't say anything, because I'm not promised she won't say anything. Pam swears by all that's holy. She won't say nothing. She then tells her, listen to what Natasha was saying to you about you. I was so shocked I recorded to you. Now, Gam now knows that Natasha has shit-talked her, but she doesn't know how it's come to be. Katie has made out she was so shocked that Gam was talking like this that she pressed record. That's why the beginning of the call wasn't on there. Well, the beginning of the call really wasn't on there because Katie is the one who's instigated the conversation to set her up, you rotten fat cunt. So what happens now is Pam has got the knives out for Natasha. These channels start popping up. They're channels with pictures of her superimposed next to a grave, saying she killed her son with Munchausen by proxy. Then they said that he'd fucking bought the drugs. Now, she fucking instinctively knows it's an insider because of the sharing of the pictures, the private information. This information ain't out in the public domain. She knows it's coming from within. But she also notices that Katie keeps making a beeline for Phil. So she works it out. It's Katie. She wants Phil. Katie then brokers a conversation between Pamela Cook, Gam, and Natasha. Neither of them know it's being recorded. Natasha admits what she was saying. Now, before she can say much more, Gam is screaming at her that she's going to fucking kill her. She's going to shoot her. You look the fuck out. I'm going to jump in my car. I'm coming across country. You killed your son. And then she tells her, we're going to your fucking work. You smoking drugs. You're meant to be a nurse. Now, this woman is in fucking bits. She's in hysterics. So they've got the recording. Now, that recording never came out for about 3 years until Katie fell out with Gam, okay? But Katie is sat on that recording. No one else knows it exists. Phil ends up going with Katie and turning on Natasha, and it all goes off. They now blatantly admit that they're those channels trolling her, and it was fucking bad. They had one with images of a man on it they'd gotten from ogre.com or some shit like that. And it was a young man on the mortuary slab, and he still had the injection in his hands. His eyes was open. He looked like a fucking zombie, Tiffany. He was blue. His tongue was hanging out. It was the most horrible thing I've ever seen. Because YouTube was like the Wild West then. You came just as it was. Well, it was still like the Wild West when you got your, wasn't it? Can you remember how bad people could get away with shit?
Yeah, yeah.
It was horrific. And that was when I decided I couldn't stand that fat cunt. She'd photoshopped my daughter as a fucking monkey. Now, the fact of it is just because it didn't turn my daughter into a monkey. So I'm Niles, but no biggie. Not, it pissed me, and I always thought, I'm going to fucking pay you. You're going to pay for that. But it wasn't a hatred. That was the moment when that Natasha then tells me that story and said, look, I was with Phil and and this is what happened. And I found it the most disgusting thing I'd ever heard in my life. I don't think you deserve any pity. That's one thing you did. Chang told you that he was abused by his father. He told you that after dinner, his father would tell him, go into the kitchen and wash up. And while he was washing up, his father would come behind him and bugger him. There's no nice way to put this. This is what you did, Katie. Big channels, I'm not going to name them, it's done this. Everybody's, nobody's still trying to use him. The only person who keeps bringing him up is this fat cunt. There were videos then going round, people doing parodies of themselves washing up. And just the sight of Chang knew what it meant. He knew that he'd been betrayed. He knew at that moment it wasn't his enemies because he hadn't told his fucking enemies. He knew it was a friend. Now, Katie convinced him was Phil. The reason I don't believe it was Phil, and I will never, ever, ever believe it, because those Smileys were here 3 years before Katie came. There was never a leak. Nobody ever recorded each other. Nothing. Katie had form for recording people. She'd recorded Natasha and Gam. She recorded Braden Peter Landon. In the forums, there were forum posts that are still live to this day saying, don't tell her nothing that you don't want recorded and broadcasted. Am I lying, Tiffany? Are there forum posts that say, do not trust her? If you don't want your business, don't trust her. That's how I know it was her who recorded Chang, not Phil.
Well, she's recorded me before too. She's shared every private communication I ever had with her with multiple people. I mean, she is, no, that is her.
She knows better than to record me because I flat out admitted. Once, the first time I was genuine with her. The second time, because I knew she lied when I was in Africa, from that moment on, every interaction I had, I documented. I've never exposed anything because that's not my style. It's just in my back pocket. The minute she exposes one private message of mine, it's game on. Game fucking on. And sometimes I want her to share my shit because that's one of my rules, Tiffany.
Yep.
You have to share mine first.
Yep. Absolutely. And I mean, that's her MO. It's always been her MO. And I mean, it's the bottom line is though, she knows what she did to him. And she has been on it's her karma. It really is. It's ironic because that was her name, right? That was her name.
I've got a recording that was made at the time. It's a 33-minute recording of the fighting between her and Chang, the 22 days before he died. She says, he had videos about me. Yes, he did. Me and him did fight. A lot of times he thought I did things that I hadn't. It was only after he died that Braden Peter Landon busted a sock account that was harassing Chang, that she had convinced Chang was Braden.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm now going to, because this is a bit mercurial, this is, because I forget, I have to ask you, she's got that, she's got Wyoming quite convinced that you are Satan's spawn, Tiffany. Now, I know you are bad. You have been a fucker. But your fuckery is, if I put you into a box, is you can't help but go and have a little poke at people. If you see something funny, instead of keeping it to yourself, you'll say it. Or you've got no problem jumping on a stream and calling people out. But that's not really a bad thing to, it's not. That's the worst you could say of you. This is versus a woman who haunted a woman whose son had died of an overdose. Come on.
Yeah.
I don't
among other things. Tracy, the
I
things
don't want
she's
to have
done
it looked
to-
because that's how she's played.
Yeah. I mean, the things she's done are so deplorable, from Pam to you to me to Natasha to Chang to, I mean, it's just endless. It's endless.
Well, look, she's got, this is how ridiculous it's gotten. She's got a creature, that Wyoming, telling me that I look like a man. You see, because what's happened is, if you look at the screen, this is the first 7 months from me having cancer. The first picture on the left, which Katie sends around and tells everyone this is what I look like, is me before I've been diagnosed with cancer. It's a few weeks before. People were saying to me, Tracy, you look ill. And I was saying, I'm 52. I should be looking ill. What the fuck are you expecting? And they'd say, no, you're looking ill. And I just thought, people, you know, it's because I've always looked so healthy and been a great colour. You're not used to seeing me, you know, pale. I didn't really grasp it. Only when I walked in that doctor's office and I said, I got a lump under my arm. And she said, you've lost a lot of weight, get on the scales. I realised, fuck, there's something very wrong. That's when I realised. Now, the picture that Katie shares with people, this picture was on Facebook, and it was me showing my journey from being diagnosed with cancer, top left, to my journey. And the pictures are taken every 6 or 7 weeks through my, remember, I refused chemo, so I don't go through the sickly, ugly looking, you know, phase of it, because I don't take part. I did the Rick Simpson cannabis cure on that bit to flush. So Katie has used that image, and that is the image she shares of me. The image next to it is 6 weeks after I've finished my treatment. So that's about 3 months after the first picture. Then you can see I'm starting to get a bit fatter faced. I'm having my radiotherapy. The middle picture is the first Christmas. So that would have been like 3 months after. Yes, the picture is using what they call a dreamy filter. That is a professional photo that was taken of me. It was I had a choice of a lot of different photos, a lot of different lights. The middle one, I'm about 3-4 months after cancer, right down to the end. Katie's man, Frank, to this day, still has that top left image of me on his community posts. Every night, live streaming during COVID for 2 years, that was Frank Jardam's avatar. And that picture was held up the top left to ridicule me. This is before any of us know Katie's a big fat cunt, which we only knew when Glenn FEVBC stalked her and found the rehab picture. That is how the picture came to be found. Nothing to do with me, nothing to do with Glenn, nothing to do with Tiffany. Nothing. Now, Katie, even with my cancer in the top left, well, I was always going to get better. That's the worst I was going to get. So let's get to the next one, the second one. You can see my black eyes. You can see that I'm still not right. You look like that in your fucking 20s, you minger. I look at you and you're repugnant. I'm doing this to teach you a lesson. I'm doing this to dismiss all your bullshit. I don't hate you because I came across a picture of you, because the only picture of you ever was your greasy mugshot and the other one where you're fat, that you've now cut off so that nobody can see the size of your fucking shoulders. You're filtering. If I filtered myself right now, I'd fucking beat you hands down. Nobody was ever jealous of you. You were a horrible person. You drove Natasha to near suicide. You fucking cunt. You rung the hospital Not content with her son being dead, not content with all those videos that you made, not content with taking her online boyfriend, Phil, who then impregnated you and divorced you all in under 2 years, tee-hee. Not content with that, you called the hospital and you told them that she smoked drugs. And they done a fucking drug test on her. She lost her fucking job, you worthless fucking cunts. You and Gam, you worthless cunt. You worthless fat cunt. That's why I don't like you. Then there's the Chang thing. Then there's what you did to Doug Cook. Then there's what you did to me with my cancer picture. There's what you continue to do. There's what you even done to Nikki. Now, Nikki, you know, she's all right. I've always said she's been safe as fuck with me. She's just decent, yeah? I can't say she handled it perfectly. I said to her, listen, there's this fucking woman in your chat shit talking us, and she said, sorted. First we had a little debate about she didn't know what I was on about. As soon as she got it, she said, yeah, I understand. And then she tried to stop Katie from talking shit in her chat. Look how she turned on Nikki. Now, that was over a very minor infraction. That was because Nikki said, can you stop speaking about these people in my chat?
Yeah, and that was it.
That was it. That's why I don't like you, Katie. I think it's high time. I think that what happened to you, whatever happened, and Trollope exposing your fat picture, I think that was karma. And the fact that you can't see it. You had aphasia. What about making fun of Terry? Doing impressions of Terry? Because Terry went through a car windscreen and her head was smashed in. What about when you were doing those impressions of her and Frank was laughing, saying, oh, you sound just like her? What about when you were saying to Terry while she was recovering a brain injury, Frank says, I'm going to cause you deep emotional distress. And Katie says, bingo, bingo. You fat cunt, you ain't going to blackmail me into feeling sorry for you, and you ain't going to blackmail me into shutting up. You ain't going to reverse psychology of, oh, Tracy's triggered. No, I just enjoy it. I enjoy doing this. I actually believe I'm doing a service to mankind.
Yes. Well, I mean, all it takes for me is to think about her when I had police and CPS knock on my door accusing me of horrific acts with my son. And he had to go through an investigation because of her. And he had to go through absolute bullshit. The multiple times she did that, I think about her stressing my mom out when she called her and still exploiting that call. I mean, the amount of things she has done that I can reflect on over the years, it's incomprehensible. She is a disgusting, sad sack of shit. And I mean, that's just what she is, and she'll always be that way. I'm, you know, fortunately, that's not my fate, that's hers. But at the end of the day, she wants to sit here and pretend she's a victim of anything. Katie, you can miss me all the way with that bullshit, lady. You are a monster. And I think it's
you can't put that onto me and Tiffany. Yes, you can get a couple of lunatics to believe you, but here's the thing: when karma comes a knocking, it didn't get me or Tiffany. We're not the one who ended up exposed as big 500-pound wildebeest. You are.
no. Yep.
You. That was your karma.
It was
You
your
can't
karma.
pass your karma onto me or Tiffany. And when at the end of your life, you're laying on your deathbed, taking your last fucking breath, you will think back to all the time that you wasted and how you wasted your children's fucking growing up. Because the one thing I know, Katie, is a woman like you ain't never run and played hide and seek with their kids or pretended to be a monster and chased them around the house, you know, like you do, scaring the little, you know, when you know what I mean.
Yep.
You, none of it, none of it. You've never gone bike riding with them or anything. They
Nothing.
probably putting your shoes on. They probably were fetching and carrying for you. You despicable human being. Those are your memories. When you are at the end, it all does flash before you. My dad started talking about fucking Lillian, which was the woman he was with before my mother. who everybody thought he was going to marry, but then he met my mother. He was going on and on and on about how he discarded her and how cruel he was and how Lillian was heartbroken. You remember every fucking moment. Those are your moments, Katie. What you done to Natasha, that's your moment. What you done to Gam, that's your moment. You accused Montegraph of the Montegraph channel of posting pornography on your children's Facebook. And he got somebody to comment on it who had a Facebook and dropped a fucking link that only you could have had on in your inbox. And you stepped on it and Monty proved it was you. And as soon as he busted you and your fucking IP, you left. Poof. 3 months. Silence. Fucking silence. Then you came back and tried to pretend you were never the same person. You acted like some newbie. That's you, Katie. That's you.
You know, Katie, you might think you've played me for a fool all these years and how you sucked me back in, but let me tell you something. The way you always got me to talk to you again, your key into me was with your son. If anybody used your kid, it was you. Because you would call me up and tell me about some milestone you hit. Remember all the hours of my time I spent with you trying to coach you through interventions with him and things to do and all the information I spent all that time sending you, how I begged you to get him evaluated way earlier than that ever even happened when he was little. Remember all the things and the time I spent talking to you about how to do things with your kiddo. And you didn't do one goddamn thing I suggested to you or I helped you with. You didn't do one. I know you didn't. I know you didn't. You didn't do one. You know why? You're too busy trolling. I'll never forget that time that we were on the phone and your middle son was begging you for help with something for hours. And he finally blew up on you because you wouldn't get off the phone to help him. And what I do, I said, call me back after you help him. And you do, what do? You turn around and you call Kenny KBZ. And the same thing happened. You have wasted your life trying to ruin the life of somebody who was nothing but kind to you. I was kind to you, Katie. I never did anything to you to warrant any of this. All of these things you claim that I've done to you never happened. They didn't fucking happen. The only crime I did was I trusted you and I was nice to you. Why did we even start talking? Because somebody put us in touch because you were being abused by Phil. And I was doing advocacy for domestic violence victims and they thought I might be able to help you. I went into meeting you after you had been trolling me, unknown to me, for a year before that. I went into meeting you. I was trying to help you. I was kind to you. I trusted you. I gave you support and you shit all over me every single time. You want to come out here and play like you're some victim after you terrorized my entire family, my child. You've exploited me sexually. You've told horrific lies about me. You've followed me around the internet for 10 years now, spreading these lies and these rumors. You've humiliated me in manners that you cannot repair. You should be sued or have served some jail time for the shit you've done to me because it's fucking illegal. Between the harassment to my actual family that actually happened, to the exploitation of my kid, the shit you said about my accident, to all the crap you've put out there that is bullshit. All of the things you've done, the only thing I did to you was I was kind to you, you fat, ugly, miserable tubblard. Your life is your karma, and I hope you live it a long time, Katie.
Well,
that's
me
all I
too.
know.
Do you know what gave me? I know is sick, and I don't like myself, and I should flog myself, but I can't help it because she's been so evil. I have no sympathy. When I saw that most women of her age, with what she claims to have had, which was a massive stroke followed by 2 more small ones, when I fed that into a diagnostic, it said that she'd be anally and vaginally incontinent. And I can't tell you the joy it gives me to know that you are shitting yourself and probably unable to wipe your ass because you're still a big old gal. I don't want you to die. I know you're miserable. I know by the fact you're still doing the same things you've been doing since 2010. I know.
She can play pretend all she wants, Tracy. She can play pretend all she wants. She can make up all the lies about me that she wants of the things that never happened to her because they didn't. It's easily to debunk. I don't need to. I don't care. If people believe her, if they're stupid enough to believe her, those are people I don't give a shit about what they think anyways. Think it. Say it out loud. Repeat it. I don't care. You'll learn the hard way. All I know, Katie, is at the end of the day, when I go to bed at night, I'm not thinking of you. When I wake up in the morning, I'm never thinking of you. You, on the other hand, oh no. These two ladies on this panel have consumed your mind now for over a decade. Why?
And to the point where it led to her being that huge. You know, the cancer made me start looking back at my life, and I've always been an outdoorsy person. I hate being indoors, even if it's out in the garden. I gotta get out, especially if the fucking sun's shining. That's it. I gotta be out. I've always been that way. But even then, I thought, you know, even the rainy days, and I thought back to what my dad said. I went when he was dying, about the last week maybe. I went there to sit with him. It was like my turn, and he said, "What's the matter with you?" And I said, "Oh, look at the fucking miserable day out there. It was pissing down." And he said, "Tracy, every day is a lovely day to a dying man." And that have stayed with me, Tiffany. And you know now, as long as it's not torrential rain, I even enjoy the rain. I understand fully what he meant. And if you don't, I can't help you. But
yep, absolutely. I personally love rainy days. I mean, we don't get a lot of those out here, you know, so
it's rare. It's like snow to you. Yeah.
Snow and rain. And now we had a lovely week of really rainy days last week. I loved it. Every second of it. I wish it was still like that, honestly. But, you know, here's the thing. Katie, you know, I gave you niceness and kindness and friendship you didn't deserve. I gave you trust you didn't deserve. And that's okay. I'm fine with that. Tracy did absolutely. Tracy gave you grace when you deserved none from her. She offered you a kind place to sit.
The only thing I wouldn't do was I wouldn't turn on Tiffany. I wouldn't fight Tiffany for you. And the second thing I did was make a truce with Tiffany. That's up to me. And I'm glad I did. And look, guess what? Of all the people I was speaking to 3 years ago, I'm still speaking to her. Nothing's happened.
No, not a thing. This has been going on for a while now, Tracy. Almost
3 years nearly, Tiffany.
Yeah, nearly 3 years. So, you know, Katie, everybody winds up where they're supposed to be. And I'm sorry that you are just going to stay on your couch. I hope you like the view. I've said this to you for years now. I find it pathetically sad. I'm not sad for you. I think you're a piece of shit. How sad that must be for you. That must be sad for you. It doesn't give you this though. This is pity. This is not compassion.
I also love it that she fell in love with Frank, and because he was falling in love with an image of a morphed picture of her daughter and a younger picture of her, because he believed that's what he was getting into. I think he did a little bit, because if you remember, he was like a lovesick puppy too. And I love it, Katie, that you had that episode. That was God, karma, Mother Nature, the universe, yin and yang, whatever you want to call it. It all conspired to expose you, because that's what you deserved.
Yeah.
Because he would still believe you were that image of your daughter. You only conned him. Whatever closeness you had with him in the beginning was under false pretenses, because it doesn't matter what he comes out and says. He'll come out and say anything. He's scared, Katie. He's scared that if he walks away from you, he will become your next Forrest. He knows you can't be trusted. There's nobody from your past that you haven't backstabbed, that you haven't recorded, that you haven't exposed. Nobody. And he knows it. And his biggest fear is being doxxed because of the fucking shit that he's done. There's some of us who were 100% sure. I'm 100% sure he's Frank Jardim.
Tracy, this is my friend Patty.
Hello, Patty.
I just met Patty. She's a nice girl. Patty and I caused a big ruckus about a week ago, unknowingly, right? But it was quite the big deal. It was pretty funny. Patty's from Long Island. She sounds a little bit like how like Jenny Girl.
Yeah. I think
But
I did a program about Long Island. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So yeah, and Katie, I mean that's just it. Anything Frank has been, expressed to you, he's
He
forced.
was
He's
being
been forced
conned,
to.
and then
Yeah.
he comes in the hospital. You're saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I know what the I'm sorry for was for. So does Tiffany, because you knew you weren't what he was expecting to see.
No.
He didn't, he rushed to the hospital because he was rushing to a nubile image that you had catfished him with.
Yeah.
Now, I'm glad though, because here's the best bit. You painted this happy, lovely, wonderful, happy ending. And he's literally come out stating that he's queer as fuck and made an absolute fool of himself in that video just to distance himself, just to stop himself. I would imagine you're a bit of a sex pest.
Yeah.
I believe he maybe have took you to Cheddar's and you have here and there, but I think he does enough just to keep from being your enemy because he knows nobody walks away from Katie. That's a fact.
Nobody.
Nobody.
You trapped him, and you trapped him only as much as you could. He had to come out, and now he's strictly dickly because of you, Katie. You forced him out of the closet, and
You can tell some of the times when she's called him out on a stream and he's come out that he's under false illusions that we've been saying shit. Well, that's just her way of getting him back here because she fills him full of shit. But you can also tell his heart's not in it like it used to be. You can tell there's a hell of a change in him since she was exposed as a wildebeest. I'm just calling it straight. I'm just saying it straight.
It started off, you could tell he had some level of like guilt. You know what I'm saying? Like he had a level of personal responsibility to her.
Yeah.
And then it turned into resentment.
He's got to fight him with all his friends. You, me, Dr. Descent. You look how bad they went at everybody. Harry, who wasn't.
She made a fool out of him, Tracy. At the end of the day, she's made an absolute fool. She's made him look like a complete, absolute, total fool. I mean, beyond even.
And I know Frank watches. I know Frank will watch this. He might not watch it live, but I know he watches. I know because of little things that he said, and now and again he can't help but come and correct me in the comments. So I know he's watching. I'm glad how it turned out for you, Frank. This is perfect. You held an audio of me that was a 10-second audio notched up to fuck, which was part of a conversation. And you presented that as proof of me being some fucking kind of a character. Look at all the audios of you, the cringe audios out there. You threatening people, letting off your taser and growling. You were actually growling, Frank. Burn, Tracy, burn. You nutcase. You fucking idiot. She made a fool of you. I love it that I know you know Tiffany knows. I don't give a fuck who else knows. Joel knows too. We all know that when you walked in that hospital and you saw that, what I can only describe as a barnacle. Katie to me is a barnacle. There's no good in her. You know those things that latch onto the bottom of boats and spread and they latch onto rocks and any fucking thing. You are a barnacle, Katie. There's no rhyme nor reason for your existence. Nobody fucking benefits. You pull everything down. You make everything feel grubby and dirty and dealing with you. You've got to go in the shower. You're repugnant. It don't matter how much he's nice to you. The reality is you've got him by the bollocks. We all know it. He knows it. And in your heart, Katie, so do you. That's why when you talk about, I wake up to him every day, you go so animated because you're even trying to convince yourself because you ain't fucking convincing me, fatty. But I bet you Montegraph is laughing at you, Frank, at some of the shit you come up with. Listen, laughing his dick off.
Yeah. Katie, and I won't dignify any of the other disgusting claims you've made about me about being child predator. No, I won't even dignify that shit. It's not even worth it. Just Keep going,
Do
girlfriend.
you know what? Do you know what? I seen a really good meme the other day. I should have grabbed it. And it was, you know, in the Bible, you know, Peter and Paul. It says what Peter says about Paul tells you more about Peter than it does about Paul. Do you understand that, Tiffany?
Yep. Oh, do I ever, Tracy?
Because if you look, she projected her £500 onto me. So when somebody just said, I think she's jealous of you, it has to be jealousy, because there was no reason for me ever to be jealous of Katie. All that was out there was a greasy mugshot. And at 20, I was fucking stunning. I wasn't walking around with no greasy hair. My mugshot would have been quite fucking good. So, and that was her at her fucking best, man. Come on. She was walking around Kentucky looking like that. That's how she looked. That was her thing.
Yep, it was. And that's...
He's deserved it. And he couldn't help a better person. You're horrible. You haven't learned by anything that you did in the past. If most people had somebody in there in their close circle, you want to say Chang was your friend, okay? And you want to say that Chang died because he was bullied by other people. So you got it half right. Why would you, having had such a deep, intimate scrape with someone ending their life over things that were said, why were you telling Tiffany how you can't wait for her to die and how you were going to get Jeff to kick her out at Christmas, her and her boy, and you couldn't wait to think about her walking the street with a fucking bag and the kid? You're rotten. You're fucking rotten.
Yeah.
You fucking...
That's absolutely horrid. Person. I don't know where Munchie is. I think she was multitasking as she was watching. Nice seeing you over here, though, Patty. Well, Tracy, I have to get scooching along. About 2.5 hours is about my...
Yeah, you carry on. I'm going to play us out with a boom diggity. So,
thank you for having me up. I'll be listening.
And Tiffany, please leave that video. I need to rip it.
Of course.
It's funnier the more you listen to it. It's one of them ones you've got to go a few times, haven't you?
I just can't, that whole, I mean, Agent 19, he's a freak-a-leak. I mean, coconut oil, massage tables, orgasm.
Oh, it sounds to me like he's a bit of a slapper, because he was saying, he sounded like he was, he'd have an ass like a fucking windsock. It's not a fucking pleasant thought at all. But there we are.
I'm going to bid you farewell. Thank you, Tracy.
No worries. Speak to you soon, Tiffany. Leave that video up. End it on. Just a reminder, I'm going to play it out. People may fuck off. They may hang around in the chat. Who knows? This video, the stream, is from 2 months, less than 2 months. It's actually 7 weeks. Now, the next time you see me and Tiffany, we will be doing the stream of Charlie Kirk. It is interesting as fuck. It's quite the rabbit hole when you start digging round. It'll be good. I'd like to do one of them kind of streams as well, and you know, see you share for the drama. I'm a drama kind of gal, mind, I must admit, but I am finding this shit. So to set the scene, this is less than 2 months before Katie's stroke. Her best friend, Glenn FEVBC, who was, I thought, my best friend, female. Well, no, by then I twigged he was a male. I'm not going to lie. I just hadn't told him I twigged. I'll tell you the story one day and show you how it all come out. But anyway, we were pals. He's gone in a sock account and he's mimicking me. And he's in a stream. This is 3 a.m. in the morning for me. Joel Glenn FEVBC wants good stuff for me to stream the next night. So he's gone in a sock and he's recording it. This is Katie. This is 2 months before. This is probably the most repugnant shit I ever heard in my life. But I'm glad she did it. It never did offend me because I always know. I'm going to answer you now, Carrie. Hang on, let me stop that. No, I don't believe he's alive, but I don't believe he was shot dead. As said, I believe that he was stunned. Think the pages, the Iranian pages exploding. Think about what certain people, Mossad technology they got. I think that he was stunned live. And then there's 3 police reports that night. If you go to the Jimmy Dore channel, he posts and they play the 3 police reports that came in that night saying there's somebody trying to get out the car and it's fucking Charlie Kirk fighting for his fucking life. I think they did him in the car. I think that once he called out Israel, the day before he said, I know they're going to kill me. Those are facts that you cannot get away with. I think tomorrow, Candace Owens is doing Bride of Charlie, and it might be worth you going to watch that. She covers a lot of it. So yeah, I think he is gone, but I don't think it happened how people think it happened. And I believe that Mossad have a history of, yes, there's 3 scanned calls, 3 different police call in. There's somebody fighting, trying to get out the car. Dead people don't fight to get out the car. There's loads, and they go in and they home in. Evidence was shown in the Jimmy Dore video, where people have from footage that hadn't been shown before, that there were signals being given and all kinds, and you just can't. It's just too fucking weird. And we know that Mossad are fucking always up to them tricks. She's fucking weird. Listen, wearing glittery pants and that. Who the fuck does that? Come on. Anyway, weird. And siphoning billions of pounds. A big, huge insurance policy on him too. Funny enough. Notice his family don't come out saying fuck all and ain't supporting her. Oh, fuck all. So this is Katie. Glenn FEVBC has gone into the chat and is poking at her. And this is Katie's response. And this is 7 weeks before her stroke. And I'm going to be still kind of looking at the chat. I'm just going to play us out on that. Yeah, I love Jesse on fire. I might actually come back after this clip and start talking about Charlie Kirk if anyone's fucking still here to talk about it.
Have been putting out, and Monty depicts me with a picture of myself when I was 17 years old as an obese woman.
Remember, none of us know how big she is. None of us know what she looks like. She's still passing herself off as her daughter.
Tracy's hung up on the idea that I'm overweight because Tracy is extremely insecure and jealous of other females. I'm not overweight, not in the least bit, but I don't have to prove anything to anybody.
Well,
and that's all.
They're like, do a video and prove it. It's like, first off, why does Katie need validation from you?
I don't care.
You can
it wouldn't matter if I, you know what?
Background.
What does it even matter? And I'm sorry, Tracy. I look way better than you. And I'm a lot thinner than you are. You're fat, Tracy. You're chunky. But you've got that old lady, kind of menopausal chub to you. That happens. We are all getting older. So, whatever.
I mean, I've faced off on people in real life. And this bitch won't come on the internet and talk to her? What the fuck?
She likes to hide on her channels and on her live streams and run around with Trolloc Rules and they talk to each other in comments. Tracy, this is why everybody makes fun of you. You talk about how Brits are so tough. Well, come face off with me, Tracy, if you're so tough. Show me how tough a Brit is.
Tracy.
Oh, that's right.
Tracy,
You're a fucking pussy. You're all talk, yap, and you know fucking walk. You're not afraid of kids. You know, you like to bully them. Why don't you come on here and show me how tough you are? Since you Brits love stalking kids, you and Yaxley, why don't you guys come on here? Why don't you get your whole support system and log the fuck on? I'll take all you all on. I'll take you, Trolloc, Yaxley, DeCone, all ya. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, I'll drop.
Hit the fucking join link, Tracy. Stop being a fucking coward.
Yeah, just get everybody to come on at once. We'll have a fucking fight club in this bitch.
And even with the four of you all together, you won't take me, Tracy. And you know that. You know that. You've been fighting me for 12 years, and I fucking wreck you every time.
Oh, wait, she just said stocking kids. Yeah, well, maybe you could learn how to fucking spell.
Why Darlene? That's not her.
That's Darlene, and Darlene's good people.
Yeah, I think that was, you see how she got the emoji on there with the screaming face? She's on a smartphone, and that's that damn autocorrect shit. I hate that.
Okay, fair enough.
Tracy's been threatening to kill me for years. She's threatened to kill my children. She's threatened to slit my throat. She's threatened to beat me up. You know what, Tracy? In 12 years, all you've ever done is fucking talk. Come on. Click the link. Come on here. Show me how tough. Show me how Brits are so much superior. So more superior than we are. Come on. Come on. Come on. What are you scared of, Tracy? According to you, I'm just a dumb old American. Why don't you come on here and face me, Tracy? Why are you so scared, Tracy? Chicken shit.
Tracy hates
What,
America.
you need a posse? You need bodyguards, Tracy? From little old me, you need bodyguards? Come on, Tracy. And you won't even, you run away, Tracy. You run the fuck away. That's all you ever do is run from me. And you will keep running from me until the day you finally drown in your own mucus. And we will all celebrate. I will have the celebration when the day comes that you finally drown in your own mucus. And I hope it's painful, Tracy. I can't wait for the COPD to take effect. I really can't. And I don't care if any person in here gets sensitive by that. I don't care if this woman dies. The idea of her dying. And I hope it's fucking grueling, Tracy. I hope it's painful. I hope it's miserable. And I hope you suffer. And women that are prettier than you fat, okay? Penny looks better than you. Penny's not fat. You're jealous of every woman because they look better than you, Tracy. You know what, Tracy? You look like the ass end of Hard Times, Tracy. You look like something, I don't know, from Wrong Turn, like People Under the Stairs. You look inbred, Tracy. You look like you have chromosomal problems. There's something really wrong with the way you look. There's nothing attractive about you.
Hey, Tracy.
I've forgotten about that.
Yeah.
Your eyes are even, you don't even have symmetrical eyes, Tracy. One eye is up higher than the other. You're fucking grotesque. You have more facial hair than most men, Tracy. That's why you hide in filters. And you blur your face and stuff because, what, you know, your hormone imbalances, what, you have chest hair too, Tracy? Fucking disgusting. Seriously.
I've got a little bit of chest hair. I mean, come on. I'm just saying.
I think Tracy.
No, I'm serious. Tracy looks like she gave birth to Sloth from Goonies. Ever noticed how Tracy's cockeyed? She has a lazy eye.
and one eye is higher than the other. Her features aren't symmetrical. She has a really, really ugly face. She looks like she has chromosomal problems. No shit. She talks about everybody else's looks. Tracy, you're fat as fuck. You have lopsided tits. And it wasn't from the cancer either. You had lopsided tits before the cancer. And oh, I'm sorry, I made fun of your boobs and your cancer. I don't care. Fuck you. Yeah, I just can't. This route. Now come on, Tracy. And you run away, Tracy. You run the fuck away. That's all you ever do is run from me. And you will keep running from me until the day you finally drown in your own mucus. And we will all celebrate. I will have a celebration when the day comes that you finally drown in your own mucus. And I hope it's painful, Tracy. I can't wait for the COPD to take effect. I really can't. And I don't care if any person in here gets sensitive by that. I don't care if this woman dies. I celebrate the idea of her dying. And I hope it's fucking grueling, Tracy. I hope it's painful. I hope it's miserable. And I hope you suffer. And I give 0 fucks. If people think I'm a monster, oh well, don't care.
Tell us how you really feel. Hey, you got hate in your heart, let it out.
I hate that bitch. I fucking hate her. Seriously. Fucking despise her. I want her to suffer, and I hope everyone around her suffers.
Well, that's the thing. The people around her know what she is, and if they don't, like I said before about mommy's people, if they don't see this because they don't want to, or because they support it, right?
Oh, and Tracy, the world's nastiest curse is still too good for you. Do you understand what I'm saying, Tracy? Are you following me? I really hope you suffer.
She's already been cursed.
Oh, you goddamn right she has been, okay? Penny looks better than you. Penny's not fat. You're jealous of every woman because they look better than you, Tracy. You know what, Tracy? You look like the ass end of hard times, Tracy. You look like something, I don't know, from Wrong Turn, like People Under the Stairs. You look inbred, Tracy. You look like you have chromosomal problems. There's something really wrong with the way you look. There's nothing attractive about you.
Hey, Tracy.
I forgot about that.
Tracy, you're fat as fuck. You have lopsided tits. And it wasn't from the cancer either. You had lopsided tits before the cancer. And oh, I'm sorry, I made fun of your boobs and your cancer. I don't care. Fuck you.
And her figure.
Her figure, she's built like a goddamn linebacker. And she's 5 feet tall, and she looks like 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag. Tracy wears a waist trainer to cover up the fact that she has a gunt. Don't you, Tracy? You have a gunt, don't you? So while you're going around fantasizing I'm fat and ugly and making fake dating profiles of me and finding random pictures of fat women and claiming it's me, at the end of the day, Tracy, when you look in the mirror, you hate what you see because deep down you know I'm better than you in every way, and you can't compete.
Everything's quiet.
I'm still waiting on Tracy to find her courage to click the link.
She's not going to click on that goddamn link. She ain't going to click on that link. You kidding me? She is not going to click on that link. Fuck.
No, of course not, because she's a chicken shit. She's a fucking keyboard commando and likes to soft roll like a pussy. Tracy doesn't have the balls to face me. Tracy, you never had the balls to face me one-on-one. That's why you need to collect an army. I don't need an army to come at you. I fucking stomp all over you on my own. Get your ass up here and face me. Stop being a fucking coward. You're wasting my time. This is why I ignore you, Tracy. This is why I make you rage on your channel for hours. I know Tracy Campbell was terminally ill, and she comes online and spends what's left of her life obsessed with me. Isn't that sad, guys? Tells you right there. She has no meaningful relationships with friends or family in real life. That's why she wastes her time on me.
Werewolf.
And before any of you fucking bleeding hearts out there think I'm an asshole for saying I hope she dies, I know, and not just that, she framed me up with porn. She took Mona Lisa's porn, spread it around, committed revenge porn.
Told her everything I did. I didn't pass the buck on anybody else. I told her that Forrest gave me the videos. I passed them to somebody else, and somebody else passed them to Jenny Girl. And that has all been confirmed by the person that I passed them to. I'm not going to mention that person's name unless, it's relevant. And, should I mention it?
Yeah, there was some videos going around. Tiffany has become somewhat of a celebrity.
Yeah, it was Melvin. Yeah, I think you should mention it because I passed the videos to Melvin, and Melvin passed them to Jenny Girl, and that's how they got on Pornhub.
So Tracy, I'm going to take what's left of your life on here. Watch me.
We already have.
You fucked with the wrong one, Tracy. You're never going to defeat the Smileys because you're never going to defeat me.
Oh, by the way, the
There
Smileys
are
are still
kids in the
around.
background of this.
You know that,
Oh
right?
yeah, they are. What you gonna do about that, Tracy?
Smileys are still doing the same shit that they've always done.
Oh, Frank, did she
They're
lure
just
you
not
in
the
with one?
Smileys anymore, but they're all still around and they all still hang out and they all still bullshit.
Yeah,
They got rid of the whole Smiley gimmick because it got old. And
It's
people
so
change.
gullible.
Well, I'm not here for friends. I'm not here to score points with anybody. I don't give a fuck if people unsub me or follow me. I don't care. I'm not here for that. I'm going to waste the last moments of your life, Tracy. I'm going to take them. And when you're gone, I'm going to take your goddamn name and your family's name for a fucking ride. That's what I'm going to do. And when you're gone, I'm going to take your goddamn name and your family's name for a fucking ride. That's what I'm going to do. And when you're gone, I'm going to take your goddamn name and your family's name for a fucking ride. That's what I'm going to do. And when you're gone, I'm going to take your goddamn name and your family's name for a fucking ride. That's what I'm going to do.
Now, in between my busy life, when I'm out and about on my bike and I'm going for lunch and I'm going to 5-star spas and going on holidays, in between, whenever I'm at a loose end, like right now, I'm getting over a pretty bad illness. On a par with London, funny enough. Similar time of the year too. Whenever the mood suits me, I'm going to come and piss on your parade. Every time you go live, which is to me, it's like hitting the jackpot, man, because you can't help yourself. You just lie. Your default setting is to lie. But then there's so much audio and that you'll always going round to these people. I know they may not be saying anything to you, but you couldn't help but be disgusted by you. Fact, Frank is a hostage. You lured him with images of your daughter and you abused all other women online, accusing them of being jealous of you, and there was no reason for anybody to be jealous of you. There was nothing you were displaying that was appealing. You're not funny. You're not witty. You're not... Look at you, man. You fucking... It's the same greasy hair now in the rehab picture, which your pal Joel... Joel is the one who found that and gave it to me and said, this is for you for all what she's done, and I felt absolute pity for you. It was the most, to think then, that woman looked like that while she was screaming. Tracy looks like a linebacker. Tracy wears a waist trainer. I know when I fucking threw out my bikini shots, I know it fucking crippled you even more because you were just from what you were stalking on my Facebook. It's the same with Tiffany. You were jealous. Anybody using logic, the fact that she's accusing all these women of being jealous of her, listen, I don't know how close Nikki looks to her profile picture, but if Nikki looks like that profile picture with the hair up in the bun and the blonde hair up, she is a pretty fucking woman. If somebody was going to be jealous of women, there are better looking women who really are good looking. Nobody's buying that fucking image that you're trying to put out. Your cam slips have given you away. It's impossible. The chin, the reason your chin looks so stupid in the pictures, but you're too brain damaged to realize it, is because you are trying to slim down a face ridiculously so. You're not just tweaking a photo, you're trying to recreate an image that is nothing like what you actually look like. And even the images that you profess to be you, Katie, which, let's be real, even the images you think that we're buying, even those Photoshops images, you look like a fucking something that would be in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest on some heavy-ass medication, like some manic depressive. You're the most miserable cunt. You go on about my teeth a lot and you accuse me of having no teeth and all this shit, and then I think about the dancing teeth. That's more of the protection. You tell on yourself. You tell us how you are. Because what you don't like on yourself, you try to put on to me and Tiffany. You're ridiculous. I'm just being brutal. I'm the one that'll fucking tell you. That is not an attractive picture. You actually think, yes, it's an improvement. Well, apparently, according to Lisa Lake Admiral, bestiality was only outlawed in Kentucky in 2019. I found that quite stunning. If you Google when was bestiality outlawed in Kentucky, it was in 2019. I think it explains quite a lot. You're ridiculous, Katie. You look like the miserable, horrible, little thin-lipped, evil, mean, nasty fucking bitch that you are. That's it. You've had your best years and you spent them sat trolling online. The Glenn Roman has a recording where you admit that morning you got out of bed and you signed into your account and you were making a video ripping Tiffany. That could have been your last day on earth. You got out of bed and you were just about to start trolling Tiffany and making a video and everything went black. You got a son. You should have been getting up, fucking pouring the orange juice and making him fucking breakfast. Pancakes, maybe. I don't know. But what the fuck? That could have been your last day on the planet. We all know, the people who've been here know that Frank did kind of start gushing over you and he was showing off and trying to impress you. Yeah. Look how she looked, and he was all over her for it. He was showing pictures of her daughter saying, look at Tracy, now look at Katie, using a picture of me with cancer. For fuck's sake, come on. You still got that picture of me with cancer. I don't feel sorry for her. I'm not obligated to feel sorry for her. And if she's going to start bullshitting on such trivial matters, and I got a spare bit of time, I'm going to pull her on it because I can. Because I can come here, play shit, and debunk her. Anybody can say, now I'm going to share this picture and then I'm going to lay off her a little on that manner. But I think this is a very relevant one. This is a picture that the brain damaged individual, that is Katie, put out herself, mind you. She says something of me watching Tracy's this is an image of her watching Tracy's live Rage Fest. Now I have to point out a few things here because I'm going to be bitchy, because I'm allowed to be bitchy, because you are portraying a false narrative as to why I have an issue with you. I have an issue with you because you photoshopped my daughter as a fucking monkey. And Braden Peter Landon, you told him it was your channel and he fucking busted you and come and fucking told me and shared your conversation. That's one of my issues with you. Another one is Natasha. What you did to Natasha. Another one is you've accused 4 different people of putting your kids on fucking bestiality. Montegraph being one, me another fucking one, Braden fucking Landon another one, and Pamela Cook. Now, I don't give a fuck if they're stupid enough to allow you to do it. I ain't. What do you imagine, Katie, as you posted that picture, that any woman would be jealous of you? This is what you actually look like. Now, yeah, now you're using the TikTok filters, which are nothing like. When you've put on your camera, it is very evident when the camera slips, yeah, what you look like. You actually posted this picture as if we were going to look. Your nose is touching your upper lip, woman. What the fuck? That ain't the proportion. All that Tracy's got fucking, haven't got symmetrical eyes. No, nobody has, you fucking idiot. But I can't lick my nose. I cannot go burrowing for termites. I do not have a nose that is in not long off, because our noses keep growing, sadly, going to be touching your fucking chin. That's you, Katie. You actually posted that as if we were going to be jealous of it. Are you fucking deranged or what? Is certainly, and Glenn is allowing you, your pal, Trollope, is allowing you to make this absolute, utter fool of yourself. And nobody is telling you. So I've come to tell you, and I'm taking great pleasure in telling you, you're a fucking horror. You are a fucking horror. End of. You wanted to have pissing contests about looks and shit. You wanted to hide away all anonymous, telling me how, when I'm gone, you're going to go after my family? Really? Is that what you think? Yeah? All right, then. Well, watch what I do every spare bit of moment I got. And I know it fucking kills you. I know that you cannot do what Tiffany done earlier in this stream. You claim you've had all this big weight lost and you're no longer looking like King Kong. Tiffany just flicked her camera on and showed. Do it, Katie. Prove us wrong. Frank the other day said, stand up, Katie. Put your camera on and stand up. You said, no, I'm sitting down. That sentence told me everything. Because how easy is it? I'm sat down now. Guess what? Now I'm fucking stood up. But you said, no, I'm sitting down. Which tells me that you're still a big old lump of a girl. Now, you've already had one mishap. I don't know what the fuck it was. I personally think that when Frank said that he didn't want to stream with you no more and he was sick of your drama and he was going off with Bacon, I personally think that you were on you stopped taking diabetic medication, because if you look at those people who stopped taking diabetic medication, He gives the exact same symptoms that Katie presented with: weakness down one side, pins and needles. Listen, even if she lives another 10 years, I've already lived a better life. She's never going to see the places I've been. I doubt she will ever leave America. I doubt it very much if she's ever left Kentucky. She might have gone like in some neighboring fucking district. That's it. That's why she could never show anything. That's why she's always been so jealous and combative. She'd go and stalk people's Facebook and see videos and pictures of them on holiday, and it fucking pissed her off. That's a fucking fact. The only images of Katie that were known at a point where she claims that people were jealous of her, the only known images of Katie were the greasy mugshot. Let me tell you, that's fucking on a par with my cancer fucking picture. I love it also that Frank Jardim, Mr. I'm fucking Mr. Wonderful and all this shit, is making an absolute fool. Admiral Mighty Buffoon, you should rewind this to where we played the video of Frank with his bare chest, so you'll be able to skim it back easily, challenging James D and saying how he's going to be having a massage and lubed up by some big ass dudes later in the evening. Tiffany played it. It's a crazy ass audio. I bet Monty'd get a fucking hell of a kick out of it. He'd laugh his fucking dick off like the rest of us. Fucking pathetic. You know, this is what you get, Katie. You play silly fucking games, you win silly prizes. Nobody was ever jealous of you. You're saying to Tiffany, I'm 50 and I look better than you. No, you don't. That's how I looked at 51, you fucking cunt. No filters. No fucking playing games. That's an actual fucking photo. You fucking moron. What would anybody be jealous of you for, even if we'd have known what you look like? Now, remember, at this point, you knew how I looked because you were sharing these photographs all over the place and photoshopping them and all of this shit. Nobody knew what you looked like, Katie. But what I did know was this. You were calling me fat and there was no evidence of me being fat, so I knew that was projection. And you were banging on about my teeth. And the fact that the only time you smile, every photo of you is tight-lipped. You did buy them Temu teeth and you put them in and it was insane. It was fucking insane. I got the video somewhere. Nobody is jealous of you, Katie. Nobody has ever been jealous of you. There was no reason to be jealous of you. Nobody'd seen any reason to be jealous of you. You're being ridiculous. We don't like you because we know what you did to a lot of people here and what you've done to me, what you've done to Tiffany. That is why we don't like you. You were begging Tiffany about a year ago. No, sorry, about 2 years ago for forgiveness. And you messaged her and she posted it on Google Plus. I saved it somewhere. You messaged her and you told her how sorry you were and how much you liked her and yada fucking yada yada. And how sorry you were. And Tiffany said, Katie, I appreciate you saying sorry, but I will never forgive you and I will never be your friend. I'm not gonna talk about you, but we're done. Yeah, great, ignore me. And you went fucking ballistic. That is you, Katie, right there. That is how you look, Katie. Those are facts. It doesn't matter which way you turn this shit up. That is the fact. That is you, Katie. It doesn't matter how much you polish it up. Now, if you want to try and engage people to come at me, I'd welcome it. You know I love a good ruck. Now, as for you, fucking Glenn, Joel, you're a fucking weirdo. You are a weirdo. You're a fucking 2-bit journalist after failing at, I'm going to be a DJ, I'm going to be a graffiti artist. You can tell a lot of the journalist in you, where you try to do these headlines, these sensational headlines. Now, I know journalists have got a code of conduct. You are a fucking liar. You are a fraud. You are a man. You and I were friends for 4 years, and I believed you to be a woman until one day there was an in-joke about calling people daddy, and I called Yaxley Daddy Yaxley. It was an in-joke, long story. And I popped up in our joint chat and I called him Daddy Yaxley. And a couple of days later, I was going to bingo. Yes, I go to bingo. And you said, bring the money home to Daddy, you dirty whore. Daddy knows you're at the bar drinking with men. Bring the money home to Daddy. And when you get home, your arse needs a good pounding. Now, at this point, in that moment, I did laugh because I have got a funny sense of humour and it was so random. And I put, lol, 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 Daddy, I'm going to bingo. And he went a bit further. I'm going to repost that thing. That was the moment I knew you were a man and that I had seriously miscalculated my judgment. I then started to think about all the people who said, he's a man, what the fuck, he's a fucking man. It all fell into fucking place because no woman would banter like that with another woman. It just wouldn't happen. And if they did, they'd want to be called mummy, not daddy. There's lots. You are a fucking weirdo. I did nothing to you other than you tried to force me to make a choice between you and Yaxley based on a story of Yaxley coming into chat, shit talking me, and you defending me. That is what you told me. Yaxley, who I have been real life friends with, I've never had an issue. These people have lots of issues with him. Well, I don't have an issue with him, but then I'm not fucking pressing buttons and shit. Yaxley then said to me, look, I don't want to be the cause of you and him falling out. Here's the chat. I'm walking away from this, but I want you to see the chat of what's just happened. So I said, right. And I look, and Yaxley hasn't said any of the things that Joel is saying that he has, trollop. In fact, Joel is the one who starts the aggressive behaviour, and all Yaxley says is, fuck off, you're deluded, and off Yaxley goes. Now, that's not what Joel is telling me. Joel is telling me, Glenn, trollop, that Yaxley has gone in there shit-talking me, and that he has defended me, and now Yaxley has flanced off and called him deluded. That wasn't true. Now, the only mistake I made, and that was out of embarrassment, I hadn't had as much counselling then as I've had now. I've had a lot of counselling since then, and I don't get that second-hand embarrassment like I used to, where I am paralysed with embarrassment on their behalf. I don't know what to say. I knew you were lying, and I didn't say straight out, I know you're lying. I've seen the conversation. That wasn't because I was being a shady cunt. It was because I didn't know how to say it. I didn't want to hurt your feelings. You were my friend, and I'm a real friend to people. That's how real friendships are. We concern ourselves about each other's feelings. I felt loyal to you. It felt disloyal knowing that I knew you were lying. It left me feeling acky. I didn't know what to do. So I kept trying to smooth it over, and I kept trying to get past it, and I kept trying to just move on. Yaxley has already said, I won't fuck all do this, I marry her. I just want to move on, but you won't let it be. You want me to call out Yaxley. But I knew that you were lying. That was the fucking problem. So I then said, fuck this, I'm off. After you demodded me in one of our chats, I gave you the chats, except for the most important one, the data chat, the Molly chat. Remember we were chatting with Molly? I made sure you didn't get that. I made sure you didn't have any chats with a third party, because I know, didn't you notice that, Joel? I gave you all the chats, but I never gave you a chat that anyone else was in. Molly, Terry, Molly, Terry, who was the other person? I kept the Tiffany chat. I kept those chats because I already had worked out then that you were a dirty cunt, and that everything that Sebastian and everybody had said about you was true, and that you had done that to Janada, and that you were just a 2-bit piece of shit, and a dude, come to boot, and a fucking liar. So I walked away. You couldn't leave me be because you're butthurt and you're scorned. So you thought you'd use your journalistic skills of, oh yeah, if I float out enough like your newspaper, I can overrun Google and yeah, who gives a fuck? Do you think anybody would look at anything on your channel and give you any credibility as a source? Seriously. When you're making videos about Tracy ate a sausage for breakfast, you pathetic creature. You're obsessed about the thought of Yaxley fucking me. There's something mentally wrong with you. That's not normal. Because I forget all about that, and I was the person in the hotel. I forget all about everything. But you're fixated on that. I don't even remember us being pals. You're gone to me. I was happy to. You're nothing. You're nothing. I know that it hurts you enough by me just removing my presence. I know. I'm custom built. I'm made from a certain kind of cloth, and they don't make this cloth no more. I know that you're listening to Katie's brain dead wittering about Frank, and oh yes, we're together. I know, yeah, and he's affectionate when he. I know exactly what you're living through. I've been there. I'm not going to be jealous of any seat at the table that I've already sat in. If that fucking seat was worth it, I'd have still been sat there. I'd have picked you over Yaxley. That's your issue. You never had any issues with Yaxley for the 3 years before. You're a freak. You are a fucking freak. Once you start looking into you, all the little mistakes you make, it's so easy to tie you to alien empires. Now, I'm just somebody on the internet who scrumped you and stuck going listening to fucking Sebastian with that cat, which I'm glad I did. I underestimated him. He's gone up like fucking 50% in my fucking estimation. I should have, listened maybe instead of having a preconceived idea of what I thought he was going to be saying. Once you see all those links, you can't unsee it. And you've already been investigated by one paper because you're running some kind of a scam. And that person doesn't like you very much. Now, I haven't got forensic investigators, and I haven't got that kind of shit like Monty can track phone numbers and pinpoint you to within an inch of where you sit and all that shit. I haven't got that. But I got enough that I can show all these weird little connections. But bet your life that there are people, because this is what you're doing and how you're behaving and the bullshit you're coming out with and encouraging people to call the police on Tiffany and all of this shit. What you're doing, you're actually using your journalistic fucking shit. There's actually a code of conduct that you cunts are meant to be thing. Now, that one who's already looked into you once, but they couldn't press charges because they didn't want enough proof. but it is a fraud, you know, because the company is registered in Wyoming, isn't it, under an LSC, anonymously, yeah? And everybody's wondering who writes the People's Pen in Idaho. You harassed Montegraph and Agent 19 for years. You caused Chinada to be harassed. You were harassing Tacos. Tacos just doesn't know it or is too stupid. I don't know. I don't give a fuck. I now know that you were the Luca Magnotta channel fucking trolling me, you worthless cunt. That's why I had to unblock you when we palled up. Because you'd been blocked from years and years before. But you changed your name and you'd rebranded. I probably blocked you as Luca Magnotta. When I revisit the chat and the things that we've said, all those pieces make a really good circumstantial, and someone who was interested in enough, who had those kind of things at their disposal, you know, the ability to be able to forensically and all this type of shit, they would twig. Because I'll bet you your bottom to $1, you've fucking crossed your fucking, you've made mistakes there. You may have even fucking used the computer once. They should be doing a fucking audit to see if you're acting weird online. You're using your journalistic fucking thing to make these polls and to make these headlines and to tag the fuck out of everyone. You used to do it to Montegraph and Frank and that. That is against, I don't know what the fucking code is. I don't care. You're a fucking weirdo. You're jealous of Yaxley. You're mad because Yaxley proved you're a liar. That is your problem. And instead of just leaving me walk away, you couldn't stand the fact that me and Yaxley were still going to be friends. So you have tried everything. If your messages run as you say they do, open them fucking live. It's fucking simple. Open it live. If you ain't got nothing to hide, open it live. Open it live. You can't. Yeah, listen, I don't know what I make of it all, but when you wait till you listen to that fucking audio of him, you ruin everything you touch. Joel, you used to be funny. You made videos that were so funny. Me, Laugh at You, Fiction Fighter. Even Tiffany has since admitted in private that she even laughed her head off at your videos. You were funny as fuck. You were the funniest person here. The gay pride video where you had Seabass and fucking Felix and Tiffany, that was so funny. I couldn't stop fucking watching it. You did the other one, the Star Trek with Frank having a mental breakdown. Fucking, I think I watched that video about 50 fucking times. I'm gutted that I haven't got a copy of the video. It is the funniest thing ever. Really funny. All your videos was funny. It's funny. Everybody who ends up around Katie turns into a pig. Tiffany, in that moment where her and Katie first introduced, she's admitted, she said, yeah, I got involved with trolling the war veteran for the day. And then I stopped. Katie has a way of making everything she touches turns to rot. Look at Frank. He was always a wanker. And people only put up with him because of Monty, let's be fucking fair. And the proof that he was the wanker, not Monty, is if you look at how Monty went once Frank was no longer his moderator, he became that fucking sensible, funny, you fuck with me, I'll fuck with you back, and then he'd ignore you because he's done his thing. Frank was the vindictive one. Frank was the one evil, because you can see, because he continued with the way he always was when he was with Katie, but he got worse. You're the same, Joel. You've turned into Frank, how we sat there and laughed at him and said, look at this fucking idiot. How could anyone. That's you, Joel. That's you. So there you go. That's the fucking reality. That's how shit is. As we're all fucking fussing and fighting. Me, I was happy, quiet. I'd been gone for a fucking month. I was at the stage where I thought, oh, fucking lovely. I could now talk, spring's coming. I want to go on more protests, and there's things that, and it's pissing down out there. I've been very ill for a couple of weeks, and now I'm recuperating. And so I'm having a few days downtime. I think I'm giving myself about 5, to be honest with you. Just totally indulgent. Ordering food when I want to, going out for dinner. I'm doing fuck all other than things that I have to. And if I want to, I go for a walk. If I want to ride my bike, I'm just spoiling myself. And I love laughing at you, Katie. I love listening to your bullshit. I love listening to you try to convince yourself, because you're not convincing anyone else, how you and Frank have got this thing going on. I love it that you were running around calling him my guy. He must have been cringing. How embarrassing. Look at it from his point of view. He'd been holding up a picture of your daughter, making fun of other women, flirting and acting like Fred West to your fucking Rose West, to then find that you're like that big fucking barnacle. It's a barnacle. It's like something going on a ship, just spread out, man. Getting on the anchor and all kinds. And if you don't stop it, it'll fucking drag the boat down. You drag everything down. We know Joel was always a rotten cunt because of his history. But at least he was funny. At least he was hiding it. He's turned into a piss poor fucking version of Frank. It's fucking unbelievable. It's fucking cringe. Katie, I used to come out here saying, he's a woman. I speak to him every day. But I really did believe he was a woman. I just believed that he was being ultra secretive about his identity. I now know he's a hairy-assed man. I was going to say a big hairy-assed man, but he's not. He's a little effeminate faggoty thing. Who's absolutely jealous and totally obsessed with Yaxley. It's been 3 years now. 3 fucking years. Fucking pathetic. And you big fat cunt. You're still big. You're still fat. You're still ugly. Still nobody who knows you believes that you are worthy of any sympathy. I wouldn't say that I'd wished it on you, but I certainly say that sometimes things happen to the right people. That's just how it is. That audio I just played to you was a month before you hit the floor, you fat bastard. And I predict, because you're doing the exact same thing, I listened to your stream and you were saying things like, I'm still standing, come on, I'll take you all on. And then I replayed in my mind pre-stroke. Remember when you were threatening to bare knuckle fight me seriously? You're like a fucking snowman. You fucking haven't even got a neck. You got a fucking Photoshop and skin one on. You're a fucking beast. You're horrible. Frank's your hostage. You know it. I know it. You got to talk him into live streams. And he's reluctant as fuck. You've made a fucking fool of him. An absolute fool of him. And when he walked in that hospital and you said, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Yeah, I bet. What a fucking shock he had. But Katie, ask yourself, if you were in his shoes, as paranoid as he is, all the people he's fucked with, who might sue him or might fucking pay him back for his shit, you imagine how horrified he was. He'd given up his identity to you. But he felt comfortable, see, once he knew what you looked like, because he knew. You wouldn't tell on him because you wouldn't want anyone to know you were that 500-pound monster. But then Joel stalked you, Glen FEVPC, and found the picture of you. And we all saw. I don't know how you're not embarrassed that you were sat on a sofa looking like that, saying I'm better looking than Tiffany. Tiffany's just jealous of me. I don't know how you can even fucking hang about, seriously. I do, actually, because you haven't got a life. Because anyone else who had a life would be so fucking ashamed and embarrassed. That you are, aren't you, Katie? That's why you got to keep saying, oh, they made fun of my stroke. No, making fun of you in general, the whole fucking package. Knowing you couldn't wipe your own ass. Because that's the fact. Can't work. Biologically, it couldn't work. Knowing that your kids were tying up your shoes for you because there's no way you could reach them. That's how you chose to live your life. I, meanwhile, chose to go to Greece and Africa and Spain and Prague and France and staycations. It's all about those choices, it is, Katie. So, lurkers, I'm off out of here. Chew on that one. Enjoy, Katie. Rage for me, Joel. Go and do some big headlines with your big fucking caps locks and I don't know, faggot. Even Gemini, when I asked about you, said I put a picture and said, like, this is the character, and I put all the things, and it helped me track all the channels, and it helped me file it and log it and look at the sames, and fucking brilliant. Even it described you as an effeminate little man who was jealous of Yaxley, watching mine and Yaxley's London trip on a loop in your own head. Oh, fucking my God. See you later.